Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Stocks and Stuff. I hope everybody had a great day. It is Thursday evening, and let's see what the market's going to do tomorrow because it was a good day to have puts on the Qs. If you were in the old Discord, we called it out and we rode them bad boys down. It was pretty nice. So we'll go through all that. But first, all information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And here we go. That's what your heat map was nice and red. MU still bouncing back up, though. How about this thing? Not Macy's. That's just little letter M. That was dipping. Macy's is going down right there. I never looked at it recently, but there you go. It's dipping down pretty good right there. Emma's back again tonight. Look at that. We have another Emma couldn't wait to come on the show. I'm actually going to meet up with him for lunch tomorrow, Joseph Levy and Emma. So and unfortunately my little guy has a play date with one of his buddies, so he won't be able to make it. I had no idea until I just asked my wife, but anyway, I'll be meeting up with them. There's Macy's, guys. Macy's looks like it's going right down right there, but let's look at MU because that's what we were talking about. Look at this thing. It's relentless. It looks like it's going to roll right back up. I mean, it's crazy. Sandesk doesn't look as strong at the moment as MU. MU looking really good right there, I must say. So Zach's upgraded that yesterday, I guess. Maybe that's why it was ripping along yesterday. But MU looking good. Let's go through the market and see what's going on here. Here's your SPY. It was down right there. And I would assume it's coming down to that 759 tomorrow, and it is a Friday right there, but we'll have to see what it wants to do. But it does look like it's going to be dipping down there on a Friday, and the Qs as well. So keep an eye on that. I did not carry any puts over or anything like that, but I do think it'll pull back a little more tomorrow. So I don't usually swing anything overnight. You guys know that. Excuse me. And so yeah, but I think that the market will be coming down. And Kramer just sold he sold Bitcoin at 62K, Zach said, and that would be funny. And Kramer loves MU. Well, MU might be in trouble over there. But anyway, look at this Qs right here dipping down. It is coming down on the MACD. It looks like it could pull back. If it breaks through this 20 right here, you could have a free fall coming down. So we'll be watching for that tomorrow. And IWM, that was a good pullback. I mentioned this as well today and said it was dipping down. I know we were talking about it in the old Discord, and there you go. So they were all good short plays right there, or puts, or whatever you wanted to do with them. And let's see what the old Mag 7 did over here. Good old Apple was a red apple. It went from a Granny Smith back to a red delicious right there, but it's not looking, it is still looking pretty delicious. I'm not going to lie. That's in a bullish trend. It's just getting pulled back with the market. So Apple's going to run. Watch for these dip opportunities, I would say, for Apple. And let me spell Amazon correctly. It was down again. Well, that bounced up yesterday. I forgot about that. But it was down there back to the 20. It looks like Amazon wants to pull back more. Google right there pulling back. Looks like it wants to come down towards that trend line. And then Meta down a little bit. And that one may be making a base right there. You could come down a little bit more right there. So I will keep an eye on Meta to see when it bottoms out. And then, of course, your Microsoft right here pulling back a little bit as well, but we'll see what the software sector wants to do, and we'll go through all of them. And then NVIDIA right here is pulling back. So all of these guys pulling back, including Tesla, was down today. So, but it didn't look too bad in the after hours. I didn't notice it pop up there, but there you go. And how about that? And actually, Lewis, you want to hear? So I told you about my vision therapy. We started yesterday, and I said I have to do it every single day. It's like homework every day. And holy cow. They told me I probably wouldn't be able to get through it. Oh my goodness, guys, this thing's going to be crazy. Like the next few months are going to be insane for my eyes and my brain. I can already tell you that right now. It's like I couldn't even do the entire thing, and they have to like change the time or whatever on the. It's actually like some site that you log into, and it's some vision therapy thing, and you got to wear these red and blue glasses and follow like these E's, I think it is, and I'll tell you about it another day, and I don't even remember right now, to be honest with you, but yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, it definitely, I guess if like you don't have a brain injury or your eyes are fine, it doesn't bother you at all. You can probably sit there and do these things like all day and it wouldn't even phase you. But for some reason, like I can barely sit through like 2 minutes of it. It's that bad. It's pretty crazy. So anyway, yeah, it's not fun, Luis Rodriguez, but that's the point of it. They try to, and they said I'd probably have to call and have them. I wrote them an email. I was like, "Yo, can you readjust these times?" I couldn't even get through it today. Like it's like way out of control. I was still hurting from yesterday. I'm telling you, as the day went on yesterday, I like was foggier and foggier, and I was talking about it last night. And then yeah, I woke up this morning. I was still kind of out of it, and then I just like waited all day to do the vision therapy. So I just did it a little bit ago, right around dinner time, and I was like, "Holy cow, this thing! I got to figure out like a time I can even do it that's normal." And yeah, this is going to be a wild 5 months, I can see. But yeah, the point of it is that I do these exercises every day, and they get easier and easier and easier, and then all of a sudden, like it'll work my brain and like try to help fix it, and I'm sure it will help. But like I said, I can't even withstand 2 minutes. Like you guys could easily probably do like an hour and never phase you. It wouldn't even bother you. I can't do 2 minutes. That's how crazy it is. But anyway, so that was that, Luis Rodriguez. But thank you for asking. And let's see, oil was up today. Look at that thing, USO, and Oxy was exploding right there. Well, was USO up even more? No, 2.7, 2.38. Well, I know Oxy was up a little higher there today. So there you go. And it still looks really good, honestly. And again, I would keep Oxy on the list. USO, I watched to see what oil's going to do. But I was saying, I never play these calls because they're just kind of odd to me. They don't seem to pay very well. Oxy is way cheaper and it pays better for some reason, at least in my experience, but that's what I found out. And AVGO, your semiconductors, look at this thing. It's still kind of parachuting down. It wasn't even really up. Was it? It says it was up $1.55. I don't even know if it was, but it was coming down, I thought, and it says that it was up a little bit. And I think they're going to pull back a little bit more right there. Obviously, MU looks really good. Came down like $7 in the after hours, but that's nothing for MU. It can shake that off in one candle. And so yeah, that still looks good. And like I said, it looks better than Sandisk at the moment. So we'll keep an eye on that. Sandisk has a little resistance above it. Why MU does not. TSM kind of just bouncing around. We'll see. It had that curl up look. I looked at it. It looks like it wants to roll off that MACD. It just has a lot of resistance right there. So not so sure it can get through, as a matter of fact. So that's what I was looking at with TSM. I'd have to keep an eye and be patient. I think you do. You have to be patient on some of these things, obviously. You can barely swing anything overnight. So you do have to be patient. You have to wait for that perfect setup to nail it, or in the morning to get these things when they're running just at the right time and kind of hop on board, because it is a crazy market to try to time out at the moment. AMD was running there today a little bit and has that nice trend line. It does look pretty good. It also has that nice trend line below it. So could it dip down another dollar, or yeah, oh, that's a couple dollars right there. That'd be a few dollars. So we'll see. It looks pretty strong, but I can't even promise you. I'd have to see AMD tomorrow right there. And INTC Intel right there hitting a nice little trend line. Now that one does look like it wants to bounce back up. So I don't know why, but it does. And we'll see tomorrow if it really actually does want to, because it should do something off of that trend line. TSEM right there dipping down, and that should pull back a little bit more, as according to the chart right there. And QCOM right here pulling back, and that looks like it has a little more pullback in it. Look at that. That's curling down right there. Should try to roll off the MACD, but on a Friday tomorrow, it could be pulled back a little bit. And of course, we'll be looking at the market overall, and I think it's going to be red, but even though I think so, and it looks like it, that doesn't mean anything in these market conditions, because they're crazy. And tomorrow morning you can wake up, it could be gapped way up and then come right back down. So it's a crazy market for sure. Laptop travel, would you say crazy market days, huh? Any green action is soundly rewarded with a dousing of red. Yeah, it's not looking so great over there. And again, are they just pulling this market back real quick right now because this is like the last hurrah to be able to do it? Because after this, you go into September, October, which then you lead right into your midterms. You don't really have much time in November, so you have September and October to really get things moving. That's 60 days basically to really get things cruising here and turn everything back around. What do you guys think? In the middle of a conflict with Iran, who doesn't want Trump to try to succeed, and they're going to do everything in their power to try to mess with him, I'm sure. And then he's got these next 60 days coming up. We'll call it like 80 days now, or we'll say 90 days. These next 90 days could be insane, laptop travel and everybody else. So, yeah, I would say be prepared for anything to happen, but I would say watch out for the pullback right now because then they're going to try to get these things spring loaded and ripping right around Labor Day, right around the end of the summer. You might even see that federal legalization of cannabis happen. Like I said, that may even come out. And then every other stop that they can pull out, every card, every trick, everything they can possibly do, they're going to try to do it in these next 90 days. But I would wait a few, like 2 weeks until about Labor Day, maybe a week after that. And then it's going to get really, really fascinating in the market. And you guys know we'll be tracking every moment of it. We always do. I mean, we've been doing this for over 2 years, so we're not going anywhere. I just had to stop doing the pre-market show for a little bit, but that's not permanent either. Like I said, I just had to stop because of my schedule, but also I definitely wouldn't have been able to do it with this vision therapy. And the doctor told me he was right. He knew. He didn't even know what the heck I did, and he was like, "I don't know if you're gonna be able to do that." So I listened to him, and he was absolutely right because I was like, "Whoa!" I didn't know what the heck he was talking about, but he was like, "This is going to be a lot for you," and he tried to prepare me. He told me it was going to be pretty hardcore, and he wasn't kidding. I'm like out of it. It's kind of crazy, but I can look at the market, so we're still good here. We're fine. So don't worry about that. Once I get up, that's when you have to worry. Don't ask me to do anything after this. That's it. But SMCI right here, look at this guy pulling back a little bit. Not looking so bad, but not looking so good at the moment. So they did find this is pretty funny too. I didn't know this even happened, but I had asked Ben what was going on here. He said so, Supermicro probe finds no evidence senior management knew of alleged NVIDIA chip diversion, no impact on prior financial statements. I think they hired like a third party or something to tell them that here you go. Independent investigation focused on SMCI's export compliance program and alleged NVIDIA chip diversion scheme. Was that the scheme that the co-founder was trying to steal chips and go to China? Am I the only person that still talks about that? But I think that's what they're talking about. I can't promise you, but it does look like it. Review found no direct sales to restricted parties in connection with the alleged NVIDIA chip diversion. NVIDIA chip diversion? What the heck are they even? Is that what they're talking about? I'm not even sure. Investigation resulted in personnel terminations related to export compliance and the alleged NVIDIA chip diversion scheme. Board approved and enhancements to Supermicro's export compliance program following the completion of the investigation. So, laptop, you followed us pretty strongly and closely. What investigation are they talking about? Is that the one where the co-founder got caught stealing the chips and trying to smuggle them to China? Is that what they're talking about right there? Because I talk about that all the time. You know that they are talking about diverted NVIDIA chips to China. So the ones that the co-founder, so them ones I was saying. So yeah, I'm like the only person I think that ever talks about that, but I'm pretty sure it's fascinating to me. But there you go. Now they have an independent study come out and say, hey guys, nobody else knew except for the people that got in trouble. I mean, how would anyone even know? I mean, they hired a third party. This company's always up to shenanigans. How do you trust them? That's why I don't. Again, they must have the greatest hardware. Is that what they do? Computer hardware. They must have some amazing computer hardware. I don't know if we ever looked at the website before. I don't think so. Like this must be like incredible computer hardware. Like the co-founder must be brilliant, but he must be a moron at the same time trying to steal these NVIDIA chips and take them to China. And but yeah, they must build like the most incredible hardware chips like this GPU system and Twin Family. I mean, I understand that the demand is absolutely astronomical too, Super Blade and all this stuff. But I would assume after what happened, if their product wasn't that amazing, they would have gotten dropped by now. And so I have to assume that they have like incredible chips and products and things like that. I really don't know, but I do know that they deal a lot with Nvidia, and there you go. So that's what they found out on their third party investigation. So that's pretty fascinating right there. And what did Zach say? He said, I'm bringing the tribe to Ireland tomorrow for vacation. Any recommendations on a rare Irish whiskey you should bring back? There you go. Nice, Zach. Go have fun in Ireland. Good. Enjoy Ireland. Let us know. Shoot some pictures over and post them and let us know how it's going. And now we have a breaking news from Laptop Travel right here. So let me see what's going on with our breaking news over here. What can we use? I guess breaking news. Iran has announced strikes on Gulf oil terminals, Hormuz bypass routes, and the shadow fleet before the 2026 U.S. midterms to slash oil flows, spike prices, and inflation. And sway voters amid an ongoing U.S. Iran conflict and already high gas prices. So did they say that? I mean, you said they announced it, so I don't doubt it. I mean, Trump probably tweeted out that like everything was going fine. We were opening up the strait, and then the next thing you know, you heard these guys go, no, strikes on the Gulf oil terminals, Hormuz bypass routes, and the shadow fleet before your midterms coming up. How about that, pal? And that was the tweet they sent out. And I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, it happens all the time. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, thanks, Laptop Travel, for that info. And Zach, what part of Ireland you got to hit up Laptop Travel? I'm sure he knows all about Ireland because he knows about every place. And he can tell you where to go and hang out in Ireland. So there you go with that. So make sure you ask him. And Laptop Travel, let Zach know where he's supposed to check out in Ireland when he takes his family over there. It's a family vacation, Laptop Travel. So let Zach know what he should be doing on a family vacation in Ireland. Give him the lowdown because I know you know. And here we go. I'll let you guys know what I know about the market right here. Here's snow right there coming down a little bit, and it is like a blizzard now. It's really coming down pretty hard, but that 20s there, it's in a bullish state. It will bounce back up, but it's coming down right now. And then Luis Rodriguez, your service now is looking really good. Now is at times time to shine. So there you go. NOW, good old service now, and we do like that one, and it is cruising along. So I hope everybody's enjoying that. CoreWeave dipping down still and pulling back, and Oracle pulling back a little more. And we'll keep an eye on this to get set back up and try to bounce back up soon. I won't say it'll happen tomorrow, but we're going to keep an eye on it. And Adobe was running up, just kind of hanging out there today, I'd say, not really doing a whole lot. Dell was pulling back and came down a little bit more right there. So you might have a little bit more pullback, and IBM pulled back a little bit as well. Doesn't look bad, but it did pull back some today. And then your Palantir was down a little bit. And this one, guys, honestly, is kind of running up. It was in the top, and then you have this little pullback. I kind of feel like at this point, since it hasn't been able to break through here, I mean, don't get me wrong, it could still roll off this MACD and get into the top and really get a bounce play. But with the market looking the way it does, I kind of feel like Palantir could dip down. So just keep that in mind if you're playing Palantir and you had a run up on it. Just keep an eye on that, and that's what it kind of looks like. Now, again, it could roll back off, and then you'd have the top to run up, but the market's getting a little weaker and that thing could pull back. And it does look like, to me, it looks like it wants to pull back at the moment. I got to look at it over here as well. Let me see. Palantir. Yeah, I mean, you can see, I was looking at it earlier, that's how I know, but you can see it coming down pretty hard. It could always bounce back up. A good day could make it fly, obviously, but just keep that in mind if you're in Palantir right now and you had it run up for you. I know a lot of people were playing it. We were talking about it, and I know Laptop Travel and Luis Rodriguez and all kinds of people were talking about it with on the show and stuff. So, and talking about the calls and this and that. So just giving you guys a heads up with my look on that. SoFi dipping down pretty good right there. It could pull like a SoFi type move right there, and just get pulled right back down. And look, SoFi looks heavy too right there. SoFi looks like it's about to pull back. If anybody wants to keep an eye on that for tomorrow, but strategy right here was good. I must say it was a good strategy. That's for sure. I was just saying the other day it's a bad strategy when it looked like that and it got ripping because it looked like it got set up and then it literally came down. I was like, oh, I guess the strategy's not so good. And then boom, it went nuts. But again, we were talking about that UPXIS bet and all them guys, BMNR and all that stuff and crypto on the other night and saying how good it looked. Courtesy of Austin asking about UPXI, but there's your strategy right there. Robinhood was down a little bit right there, and that was a crazy day for Robinhood. Look at that thing. One big spike down, and it just like kept on going, never got recouped. That bull right there, Zach. I know you had to have liked that almost at $10 right there. Look at that thing. Bull was opened up pretty high up there. Did pull back, but I think you must have liked that bull, and I think it does look pretty good still. I don't think bull's done. I think that's just a big red candle, and it could bounce right back up. I think market conditions could be pulling it back there, but it still looks good. And how about that? Who said Coinbase was looking good? And I said it before it even bounced up. I said it back here. I kept saying, wow, that Coinbase looks really good to pop. And there you go, guys. That was a nice pop right there, over $12. So there you go. I hope people lock that in. I know Luis Rodriguez had mentioned the fact that I kept saying that it looked good. And there you go. So you guys know if I keep saying that, it looks good. It must. And I kept saying your bull and rocket were looking pretty good. Now rocket did dip back, and it looks like it might be pulling back right there. I don't know what I typed in, but LDI was pulling back a little bit as well. And then your Home Depot took a nice little dip right there. Lowe's had been running before, and now it's just kind of hopping around right there. And UPS pulling back a little bit. Nothing too crazy. I have to look at it tomorrow. And FedEx coming down after that nice run up to 340. Look at that. Remember, I was saying how it was set up. That was at 311. It ran all the way to 340 right there. So there you go. That was a nice one right there for FedEx as well. And let's see what else is going on over here this evening. And let's see what Space is doing. Good old Virgin Galactic. That was pulling back. As a matter of fact, Boeing was down pretty good too. Look at that Boeing pulling back right there. And Lockheed pulling back pretty big. Look at that as well. Northrop Grumman, that was pulling back pretty big. And them ones looked pretty good. I mean, Huntington Ignal looked like it wanted to pull back regardless, and it didn't look good. We said that last night, but the other ones did look good. And RTX, I said be careful because it was up at the top right there, and that was a huge dip. So they definitely took a dip right there for your aerospace and defense for whatever reason. I'm not sure what's going on. Defend right there, big old dip. Look at that thing. So are they just going to reset themselves and then something majors happen? I don't know. I mean, the market looks so crazy right now, guys. I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you. And coin popped the very next day after I said it, Luis Rodriguez said, and he does pay attention. So yeah, I was talking about that thing looking so good, and Zach was saying he thinks bull is going to kill options and then continue. Yeah, that could happen for real. They do like to do that, that's for sure. I'm not gonna lie. And oh, Lewis, you actually you drink whiskey, right, or whatever. You were giving them some whiskey over there, so you said to head to where's Celtic Whiskey Shop on Dawson Street in Dublin. One of the best selections of rare and collectible Irish whiskeys, including exclusives. And there you go, Glenfiddich Snow Phoenix single malt Scotch whiskey is exquisite. You have 4 bottles and a partake on special occasions, and he partakes on special occasions. There you go. Look, Luis Rodriguez knows all that good stuff. And that's Scottish whiskey. Irish whiskey is so smooth, you said, and you guys are talking whiskey over there. I used to drink Crown Royal. That was the only thing I ever drank when I drank. But I don't drink that anymore after I hit in the head. I just don't drink at all. I'll have like literally like a glass of wine if we go to like a wedding or something, and that's about as much as I'm drinking now. So there you go. That's the extent of my alcohol. But yeah, I used to just drink like Crown and Coke. So that was my thing, and I could just drink a couple of them and be perfectly fine. It was kind of odd, but anyway, there you go. With my past of alcohol, but I really was never a drinker, to be completely honest with you. And let's look at Disney right here. But if you go to Disney, you try to drink when you go around the worlds, and then you try to sample something at all of them. So there you go. It's a good drinking game at Disney if you're a big drinker. So Disney trying to spike up there today. I'd be careful. That even tries to pull back right there. McDonald's does not offer alcohol though, so you cannot get alcohol at McDonald's. But I guess if you want to take your own airplane bottles in with like your crown and order a Coke and then make a drink there, I guess you could do that. Just don't let them see you do it, I guess. But there you go. That's my little tidbit for today. And there you and that's our alcohol talk, and as much alcohol talk as we'll probably ever have on this show because I'm not a drinker. But there you are. How about that? You guys talk about all the whiskey you want and all that good stuff. McDonald's looking pretty good to curl up right there. So there you go with that. And what'd you say? Maybe drinking would set me straight. No, I tried to drink. That definitely didn't set me straight. That was like a terrible experience, actually. And it's not like I like drank a lot. I just had like a Crown and Coke, and I was like, "Whoa, I don't feel right. This is not good." And I am not drinking anymore. That's it. That's a wrap for alcohol. But yeah, alcohol and brain injuries probably don't mix too well. Joseph Levy, you probably know that. So that's why it probably doesn't mix with me. Nothing does. Nike right there was coming down, and that was trying to jump up yesterday. And again, this market, if they look like they're going to run up, they're probably pulling right back down. That's the way the market works. Netflix has been really strong, though, and it has been running up. I guess no one can afford anything else, so everyone's got a Netflix subscription, and they're all sitting at home just watching Netflix, and the stock is soaring up after it had bottomed out right there. And we did call the bottom, as a matter of fact. So there you are with that. AMC dipping down a little bit. Not too much going on. And GameStop, like I said, this could be getting bottomed out. This could be an opportunity down here. Maybe buy options like a month out and something crazy could happen. You know, GameStop loves to do things like that. So keep an eye on that one. I'm gonna jot it down. GME right there. There's not a whole lot to jot down tonight, but I will jot that one down to get set up. And like I said, maybe we'll look at the option chain, see what they have going on a couple weeks out. 1, 2, 3, I'd say a month. We'll go We'll go to the end of September, like over a month, we'll go out for GameStop and we'll just see what they are. They're pretty cheap. I mean, the spreads aren't the greatest, but they're they're not too bad. There's not too much activity going on either right there. Let's just see if anything else is happening. That's the one that's where they all are. I knew they were going to be right around there. There you go. Look at that. That's loaded up right there, and them spreads are a lot better. Obviously, there's a lot more open interest and volume going on. So there you go, 918. People think that GameStop's going to start moving right there if you want to follow the money. And let's see what this one is. Yeah, that's not too great. And so they choose. It's so weird. They choose these dates, and I don't know if it's just one person, one institution, whatever the case may be. I have no idea what happens. And but it is fascinating. Like it's just like one date it loads up. So how about that? And that is looking good to run, and I could see it. Like I said, I would go like a month out, but everyone else seems to think it's going to be sooner. It does look like it's going to be a lot sooner for GameStop. It looks like it has some kind of run coming up in it for some crazy reason there. So keep an eye on GameStop right there. And let's keep an eye on Monster because this thing's always a monster going up, and it looks like it wants to continue up right there. So that's another one. It's about to run back up, it looks like. So there you go with that side. And let's run through SpaceX real quick. That was dipping down pretty good. We were talking about this morning and puts on that. That was a good one too. If you had puts on that today, I had mentioned that Ben was talking about putting things down. I said put the Qs down or put SpaceX down, both of them. And we had what, seven? I had 711 puts and I had 710s as well, but it came down lower, obviously. And I got out, I think, right around there because I posted it in the old Discord in the VIP chat because we were in there talking. And I said I just gotten out, and it was probably near the bottom. It might not have been right there, but it was probably down here somewhere, so like 709s. And yeah, I had 711s and 710s, so I was playing them today, and that was pretty nice right there. So we did hit that pretty well, and it was pretty good timing too. We were playing a couple of them there, and then it got choppy, and then boom, just came straight down. It was nice, but there you go. And yeah, you could buy them puts. We bought them early and then came back later, and you were like, "Whoa, that was a beautiful turn." I'm glad I just turned. I came back because look at this chop right here. Even though I was looking at this, and then it was like, "All right, let me just get up and leave so I can." And then it came up here, and you were like, "All right, I should probably get some because this looks like it's about to break down." And bam, that came down pretty good, and I still had some. So there you go with the puts today on the cues, and we were talking about it in the old Discord when we were doing trading this morning. So I hope you guys were on there hanging out and caught that. And let's catch these ONDS going down right there. ASTS is also dipping down as well. And what about UMAC? But you know these things are going to end up bouncing back up. We've got to catch the bottom. But look at UMAC hitting the 20 right there. ASTS hitting the trend line. They look like they're going to break it, though, to be honest with you. They don't look like they're going to hold up very well. Lunar looks like it could break down a little bit more. You could get a little roll off laptop travel, but I don't know. It doesn't look, again, we're going into a Friday, too. So I would say going into tomorrow, Lunar doesn't look so hot to bounce tomorrow. Anything can happen after the weekend, clearly, but we'll be looking at them. That's what it looks like, and I know you've been liking Lunar. You did like Lunar. I'm not sure if you're still interested in it. Redwire pulling back pretty good. Another one, 2050 right there, hitting them both. So see if we can get bounce plays tomorrow. Rocket Lab coming through that 20, but still over the MACD. These all can try to bounce up there. Mobilicom was running up there, and then it started to dipped down, I guess. So I did see it up. We were talking about it looking pretty good. I remember it was running up into the overnight hours or whatever yesterday, and then looks like it did pull back. I know you said Lunar. He does. Laptop likes it for long shot. He said it's going over 50, guys. So I don't know if that's its all time high. I have no idea because it spiked up really big, like back in 2023. But if it went over 50, it would be its high the last few years going back. So that's what Laptop Travel thinks this thing's going to moon for some crazy reason. I mean, that monthly chart doesn't look bad. If it gets that roll off right there, Laptop Travel, I'd probably have to agree with you. It's just a matter of this market's so wild right now that you just like, I don't know, that prediction's a little bit tough, but it doesn't look too bad, and we'll be watching it, that's for sure. So there you go with Lunar, LUNR. And let's see what else is going on over here in the space world. What about that laser right here? That was going down some more, Zach. See, they listen to the show. They know they have competition right now. Galaxy was running because crypto's getting rolling, and it does like to run with that. And then your DXYZ, look at that thing. Holy cow, look at that bad boy. That's going to run up a little bit more right there. Still looking strong. And Echo, didn't we see DXYZ looked a lot better than Echo not long ago, too, before they even ran? And then I think I said something there yesterday. And Luis Rodriguez said the weather's crazy. Yeah, well, you're under the tornado watch. Actually, I think I'm under the tornado watch here too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure other people. You know what? It's kind of funny that I ended up putting like the trash out kind of early. I usually put it out in the morning, and for whatever reason, I was like, "Oh, I'll just put it out right now, like earlier." And yeah, actually we're out of it right now, Lewis. But you are definitely not out of it. You are just catching the tail end. But all the heavy duty stuff just ripped right through. It was kind of crazy, guys. And just south of us, it rained really, really hard here. And you had a water spout down there. Did you really, Emma? Holy cow. And that's in Cape May. You saw it? Emma, did you see the water spout? That would be awesome. I always wanted to see one. So if you got to see a water spout, you would that would be so cool. You say it's bad there. Yeah, well down there it's really bad. Where you're at, Joseph Levy, yeah, that's it's like they got hammered down there, and you didn't get to see it though. But yeah, they did have a tornado down there in Egg Harbor Township area too, down towards the shore. I saw that. I saw the video of it. It was a pretty wild tornado they had. But yeah, you guys just got hammered down there. I can tell you that right now. And it's still raining down there, but the heavy stuff's kind of leaving you guys very, very shortly there. I can say that. But yeah, you guys just got blasted too. Lewis did. We all kind of just got hit pretty hard with some heavy duty storm. I mean, you're talking like the reddest of red tornadoes and water spouts and all that good stuff. Lewis is under a tornado watch. And so, yeah, pretty crazy stuff. And Joseph Levy's down the shore. So he's down at the Jersey Shore, and that's why I know what's going on there. But anyway, there you go. There's your weather update too on stocks and stuff as well. Let's keep on cruising because, like I said, DXYZ. I'd keep that on your list tomorrow. That could be another run up play tomorrow. That looks pretty good to try to do another run there. And let's see. Hey, you were out getting ice cream at the time, and the whipped cream was all over your hand because of the rain. Holy cow, that's crazy. Yeah, I believe it because I'm telling you what, Joseph Levy, it was pouring around here. As a matter of fact, like the putting green that I have generally doesn't get too much water on it. Like I told you, I set up drainage. I don't remember doing it, but I did it. And so, like, the sand trap and stuff never gets water, but I have it all pitched and it's pretty cool. I'll tell you what, it rained so hard so fast that the whole thing was kind of covered, except there's like a one hole that's on a mound, like it's up on a hill, like a bit, it has a hill. And yeah, that thing even had, well, I mean, it drained off like immediately, but I couldn't. I was like, looked out there. I was like, wow, I never see it like even have water on it, to be honest. So, yeah, it poured. That's just to give you an idea of how hard it just rained. I mean, I've never seen that much water on it, and we've had some heavy duty rains. It was coming. It was like buckets coming down out there. It was absolutely insane. So, yeah, pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, I mean, I could go right out right after like 15 minutes after it stopped raining. I could go out there and play golf again. Let's put it that way. So there you go. And you had some good lightning over there and some thunder shaking the bed. That's always fun. Yeah, lightning, I'm sure, was pretty good, especially over the ocean and stuff. It's always it rock and rolls down there when they get some good thunderstorms. And it's actually kind of fun when you're down the shore and you see like a really hardcore thunderstorm. Sometimes it's a lot of fun to watch that bad boy because the shore, like, it obviously picks up off the ocean and it can get pretty wild down there. As you guys know, there's water spouts and all kinds of fun stuff. So anyway, back to the show, and let's see what else is happening over here in our critical metal world. And the critical metal CRML still dipping down. I guess they are not going to get set up. I mean, I've been watching these things. I'm glad I've been very patient because these things would have been a terrible decision. And that's why I've been very patient, because you can't tell. They've been teetering. I keep saying they're getting set up. They're getting set up. Well, that looks like it's pulling back now. They all look pretty bad today. So the whole market looks like it wants to come down. Look at that MP even pulling back right there. That had been running up. Your 4Us was looking great, and then that even pulled back right there. So nothing's holding itself up. UEC right there, not looking so great either. And let's see what else is going on with Roy. And that one was down a little bit, but that, honestly, it's at the top. I wouldn't trust that either right there. That's breaking through and coming down. So yeah, that doesn't even look that great either. And let's see, ASPI was dipping down, and that EOSE, holy cow, that took a big old dip. And another one, been very patient with. I'm very glad, because it looked like it finally wanted the bottom there. I mean, literally last night I was so excited. I was like, oh, that thing looks great. And then this morning it was already down. And then it makes it easy if it does that, because it's like, all right, well, it's not going to go up today. It's pulling back. I can easily see that. So by being patient and not jumping in and trying to swing it or do it too early, it just saved me anyway, because it was like, all right, it's already down immediately, so I'll just wait for it to bottom down a little bit more, and then it'll be a lot better. So even if it crosses down through the MACD, which I didn't think it was going to try to, that's even better, I guess. We'll get even a better price action, and we'll keep an eye. So looking at it last night. But again, that's how patient you have to be with this entire market right now. Gush was obviously gushing up a little bit with oil going up, and then your natural gas is still pulling back a little bit right there with oil, and healthcare pulling back right there. Look at UNH and Oscar right there spiking around but coming down, and MOH right there pulling back. And of course, you can't not talk about the big pullback in Moderna. And I guess everybody was listening to the show last night, because, like I said, I didn't even understand it, to be honest, like how it ran up that high. I should have shorted it down. Godfather shorted it down. Congratulations, Godfather. If you're not following him, follow him. And yeah, he shorted it down. He shorted it down from the 170s too, and it went down to 129 today in the after hours. I don't know if he covered it at some point, but that's a beautiful job right there. I mean, how crazy is that, guys? So good one for him. I love it. And yeah, it definitely came down. Again, you know what I was saying last night. I didn't understand that Pfizer was pulling back. I'm sure a lot of people were jumping around the market looking for the next Moderna today, like it was going to happen overnight, like another one was going to run up MNR. What the heck? Why can't I type it in? What am I doing? There you go. mRNA. If I could type it, people are probably jumping all over the market right here today, looking for something to spike up like this. And like you guys said, they've been making this thing for like the last 10 years. So I don't think it's going to happen anytime exactly soon. And I do think this thing could pull back even more. It's about to come out of the top right there. Maybe you should have some puts on it tomorrow. I don't know. We'll look at it to maybe come down a little bit more there. So there you go with healthcare and Moderna right there pulling back. And yesterday was a crazy day, and then today it's pulling back. So what do you know? And the RGTI right there was pulling back a little bit more, and IONQ was down as well. So this sector is still coming down. QUBT dipping down, your quantum ones, and then that QMCO. Didn't I say we should have taken this down? I mean, we should have easily had puts on that thing. I don't know why we didn't. That was an easy 5% today. Our cat right there hanging out. Not doing a whole lot, but a little pullback. Look at QSI, actually not looking so bad today. And maybe this thing tries to, but I'm not even convinced that tries to do anything right there. I'd keep an eye on it first and make sure that it really gets cruising. You can see QuantumScape looks like that wants to get down and come down a little bit more as well. And let's see, what is Lucid doing down there? I saw that today pulling back. Rivian was up, and Rivian looks like it's about to drive off. So keep an eye on Rivian. That could be an actual decent play there tomorrow. And let's see, Pfizer right here was down. I did see that. Trade Desk was down. And in your circle right here, Luis Rodriguez, that was ripping along. Look at that thing. Holy cow, that got popping. So that circled right back up, looking pretty good. And let's see what that. Oh, you were liking Fig too right here. And that, oh yeah, you're right. That is getting set up. I don't know. Is it going to get rejected off of that, Luis Rodriguez, and then come down a little bit and get set up? But you're absolutely right. Fig does look good, and I know your style anyway to buy. Which ones are you looking at, Luis? Let us know right now. Tell us what we should be looking at for Fig right here. Let's see. A year from now or something. Let's go. What 2027, January 15th. I mean, that's not even that far out. It's only like a half a year, so you almost have to go the next year if you wanted to, but that would be far enough, I would assume. Let's just see what's going on over here. Um, they have all right action going on right there. Let's see what happened over here. All right action going on over there as well. Someone has them up at $100. Look at that. That's Luis Rodriguez. He's liking it, but yeah. Which one should we be looking at there, Lewis? You tell us which ones. He said January 28th to 30 strike right there. So I was looking at just basically padded up for you guys. January 28th strike, 30 strike. That's what that's the one I was looking at. Literally, I was like, that's the one I'd have to play probably, right? Because even though I think it would happen before January of this year or next year, whatever I'm talking about, by the end of this year, I think it would still pop up before that. But yeah, these would be the ones that I'd probably look at right there. What were they? 915, and these were how well they are a lot cheaper though. That's like half the price. It's half the time. Oh, way less than half the time for Figment. So I guess it depends on what you want to really play. But it is getting set up right there. I'd see if it gets rejected real quick, and then I might have to join you on some Figment strikes. But there you go. That's what Luis Rodriguez is looking at and getting, guys. So if you want to follow Luis, there you go with that. And let's see what else is going on over here. So there you go, a little action right there from Luis Rodriguez, and Berna right there still pulling back, and that wrap right there pulling back a little bit. I mean, I'd say that's coming down right there, so that could have a good wrap up and pull down. How about that OMH, guys? Remember the Doge Mama 9? Did you get to play this one? Because I'd mentioned this. Keep your eye on it. It spiked up pretty good there today, too. It was up to like 12 cents at one point. I did see that. And Is this? I don't even know. Is this a? Oh, some other company had a 50 for 1 share consolidation and it made this pop. There you go, guys. So sometimes you don't even know what's going to happen, but the chart gets set up. I kept saying, this is another one I've been watching. This thing's going to pop. Watch. This thing's going to rip right here. Maybe that's a bottom candle right there on that red. I'll see what tomorrow looks like. I've been watching this one as well. So you can keep an eye on that, and I'll let you guys know. And I think it's going to run. SBEV's going up ever since we put it on the other day, and we said it looked good. Slowly but surely, too. But that's 3.5% for SBEV right there. So Data Vault wasn't looking as bad today either after it pulled back on its earnings. So keep an eye on that one, Doge Mama 9. And there you go. It's your Data Vault, DVLT. You know we like that. And then this YYAI, I think, is going to get moving since it recently reverse split right there the other day. I would definitely keep an eye on this. Remember we were talking about it? We did know it was reverse split, and I kept it on the old list right there. And I would say this one could get rolling. So and when it dips down 22% and then it splits, you know, that was probably the bottom right there. Look at that candle right there. It looked just like that last one we were just talking about. What was it? I forget. Was it NCRA was probably the one I was saying right there. That looks like that. That's why I'm saying that thing could get a bounce right here. Look at this. That it does. It looks like it's starting to bottom out right there for NCRA. LGCL Lucas GC, this one took a nice beating right there. And let's see if it can get a rebound. So keep that on your list, Doge Mama 9, for a little penny action right there. LGCL. And then you can see if this one's going to get cruising. I don't know if it necessarily wants to get flying up there tomorrow, but I think maybe one for next week right there could be a good play. So we'll check it out. It's beat up, that's for sure. We like them when they're like that. And but you got to find it at the exact right timing and the right price. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. First time I'm looking at it right there. And I think it was BTTC right here also. Not looking so bad at trying to curl up. It went down the after hours, but we'll have to see what it looks like in the morning. So this one, I guess, had a little run up yesterday. It's been spiking up and trying to curl up there for BTTC. So it's not BTCT, which is BTC Digital, which spiked up as well. And now one could actually get another spike there tomorrow. So you can keep an eye on BTCT as well right there. That's not a bad one. And then also keep an eye on that Hive. It does look like it's trying to go buzzing. Look, I said that down here, and I said it on the small cap show as well. I'd mentioned this thing was going to start buzzing, and here we go. Should have known all these things were starting to line up. That crypto is really starting to pop, especially when we looked at it with Austin the other night. I mean, we were right on top of it, that's for sure. And so yeah, there you go. And how about Joseph Levy's Galt right here, down a little bit, but not looking so bad. I mean, it's a little healthy pullback right there, Joseph Levy. I'll have to look at that tomorrow, see what it's doing for you. Did go back up in the after hours. Look, yeah, I didn't think it looked too bad, and that could easily bounce right back up and continue its way up there. So there you go with that guy. And let's see what PLNT is up to. Good old Planet Fitness getting weaker anyway. It was pumping some iron, getting back up there, and now it's getting to be in a pretty good spot. We'll see how much you know what's going to happen. It's going to ride this line down a little bit. So I don't know if it's going to pop there tomorrow, guys, for Planet Fitness. I do think you have a little ride down, and then it's going to try to run. We'll keep an eye on that for Michael Anthony and TSCO as Tractor Supply. Getting pulled around a little bit, not doing a whole lot, but does look like it's getting a little weak up here. So that could dip down a little bit as well. It looks like it wants to me, as a matter of fact. So that's what it looks like there. How about your Portillos right here? It's down a little bit as well. That does look like it's going to pull back now, Michael Anthony. So there you go. And your Pilgrim's Pride was down a little bit, but that actually looks pretty good. Could continue to spike up. And your Tiger's running. Look at this thing. Who said this was going to run the other day, guys? Right here, remember? I said that was going to continue to run up there. Bam, look at that thing. That was up pretty good. And we were saying that. I mean, holy cow. All you have to do is listen to the show and then be patient for like a couple days and then just buy it and forget about it. Just buy it, close your eyes until it pops. and then sell it immediately. And you will have like crazy returns every single day. I mean, we do it every single day. I tell you all kinds of ones that are going to pop up and they get set up. And yeah, we're going to take way better advantage of this stuff. I'm telling you that right now. DMC is looking good right there. You keep that on your list, and that should can try to continue its way up slowly but surely, but it should continue its way up. And then that PayX right here was up a little bit. Look at this thing spiking around, still trying to hold itself up. Not sure if it will, so I'd be careful with that one there. So there you go. And let's see what you guys are looking at this evening. Let's go over and see. That's a pretty red market right there. And it said U.S. stocks fell as Treasury yields rebound. Oh yeah, Walmart results pressure defensive what? And Walmart results pressure defensives despite supportive Treasury buyback signal. So Walmart got slaughtered this morning on its earnings, and that continued to dip down there pretty hard. Look at that thing, and they adjusted their whatever their forecast, and because they said that people aren't buying stuff, I guess US e-commerce sales rose 24% to over 23% to US what was it something US comparable sales grew 2.6% below forecast, with Q2 US comps weaker than expected as traffic slowed. That's what it was. Yeah, no shit, because no stuff. Sorry, I forgot. We have a young listener. I keep forgetting Amazon. Yeah, no shoot, everybody, because guess what? The prices of everything are astronomical. I keep saying this, and I don't know if nobody realizes. I know Luis Rodriguez gets it. I know that, but I don't know. No one else understands that these prices aren't like that. I don't understand where the inflation's coming down at. It's not coming down around me. Let's put it that way. Yeah, beep beep beep. Sorry, Emma. And there you go. I'll try to, I'll make sure I get my beeps on time when I do it next time. I'll have to say, oh shoot, beep 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 beep, and then do it that way. It'll be a lot better, more efficient, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, there you go. Walmart getting destroyed today, and that's not a good look for anything. Let's put it that way. Like that's your number one. That's like your consumer sales guide right there. Everybody looks at this for your guide, and when they come down, you're making you're gonna make them all come down. Let's put it that. If Walmart can't stay up afloat and they're saying traffic's slow, what do you think everybody else is gonna start saying? Traffic did speed up for everyone else and slow down for Walmart. Let's put it that way. And then, did you guys see this other company? I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called this company called Amazon. I don't know if you've ever used them before. They're pretty good though. I mean, you can get this thing called Amazon Prime, and they'll deliver stuff. I almost said the S word, so they'll deliver stuff. Beep 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 beep. But I said the right word. But yeah, they'll deliver anything you want in like a day, like a couple hours if you want them to, if you have that Amazon Prime stuff. I'm not sure if you ever heard of this company, but that's dipping too. And I'm assuming because less people are buying stuff right now. I have no idea, but Amazon's to expand its Prime Air drone delivery to nearly 500 U.S. cities and towns by the end of the year, and a six-fold increase from its current footprint. And it's still pulling back. And that's kind of crazy, guys. Can you imagine 500 U.S. cities and towns by the end of the year that they're going to have drones dropping packages off? Like they're just going to be flying over your head and dropping these things. Again, guys, who doesn't think that who doesn't think drones are just going to take over the entire airspace and you're not going to know what's going? I think like that laser thing with a jammer is going to be very important. You're never going to know, like, is this an Amazon drone or is this like a China drone about to blow up my house? I'm not sure. It has a package. I don't know. Did anyone order anything today from Amazon? And like you have no idea what's going on, and this drone drops off a package on your step and then flies away. You're gonna be like, what the heck just happened? I mean, this is crazy. But anyway, there you go. Amazon pulling back because it's cost to expand, but it will pay off in the near future. It always does for them. And but yeah, and I'm also just saying, people are just not spending. I can't imagine people spending as much. So Walmart's even saying, I've been saying it, but guess what? When Walmart says it, you know it's true. and because they are literally like the guide and the forecast for consumer spending. So there you go, everybody. I haven't been making these things up. Luis Rodriguez, like I said, he knows exactly what I'm saying. And Joseph Levy, how expensive was Wildwood last night? He didn't tell us, but that probably was pretty expensive, huh? And now you need to get a jammer to grab other people's pack. Yeah, that's right. And now you're gonna think that like this drone's trying to blow up your house or your neighbor, and then you're gonna jam it up and it's gonna fall out of the sky, and you'll be like, well, it's not technically on their doorstep yet. So I guess that package is like free for anybody, but it does have their address on it. So I guess you're gonna have to deliver it to your neighbor, or Joseph Levy. But yeah, how crazy is that? And exactly, who wants the sky filled with random drones? Not me, that's for sure. That's why I'm worried about all those drone things. That's why you guys can tell I'm obviously trying to delegate out the work for people to figure this out, because I'm not probably bright enough to even figure out anything. But I could tell you what a stock chart looks like. That's about it. But yeah, we got to figure out how to make these drones disappear out of the sky so we can make a fortune. I'm telling you, it's like going to be like one of the biggest businesses ever. And obviously, like, I know Lockheed Martin's got this microwave technology, but that's not the only thing. And that's like some jammer thing you're saying. So, I mean, it's we got to get on board on this stuff, guys. It's gonna be huge. I mean, I can't imagine that it's not gonna be the military. It's gonna be priceless. The military is gonna absolutely have to have that kind of technology, and so is the country and every other country in the world. I mean, that technology is gonna be pretty priceless. It's gonna be worth its weight in gold. Let's put it that way. I think it'll be worth even more than gold and Bitcoin. Speaking of Bitcoin, holy cow! Do you see this thing today? I mean, 75K already. Jesus, it's just going nutty, guys. I mean, that's pretty wild. U.S. Treasury bond buyback expansion and Trump Clarity Act push drove Bitcoin's surge. It's over 75 now. You got to change them numbers there. You can't even keep up with it. It's going so fast. Look at Ethereum blasting off. Look at Ripple going nuts. They're all going crazy right there. How about your Solana ripping up as well, looking pretty good? How about Doge? That's even trying to get some action in. It's like, hey, I'll join the party. Cardano, it's joining the party right there as well. Your chain link, it said, hey, I was already running. I'll keep going. And Stellar looking a lot better. That's looking stellar right there. And even Trump USD right here was like, I might as well get into the action too. I mean, you guys know I love that. At one point, look, this is the first time you'll ever see this, guys. The rest of the market, this is when they sell off all their world liberty and dip it down. And then they let the rest of the crypto, because they were buying all the other crypto down at the very bottom when they knew that was already like way down, like Bitcoin, before it got pumped up, because they already knew. So they got in that, and then they sell off their world liberty. That's that big dip, and then this will come crashing down. Then they ride up the regular crypto. They got a scheme going on with crypto, guys. I'm telling you, it's pretty impressive. They're making money hand over fist in that administration. It's pretty crazy over there. But hey, I don't care. Just make these things run. I don't care. I got a bunch of it too. So get them pumping, Trump. Let's go. Let's get this party started, Trump. UPXI right there. Look at that thing cruising there. Austin, I guess you were loving that one. And BMNR, remember we were talking about this, and SBET, they were rocking and rolling right there. Did anybody get into them too? So they were really nice right there. And let's see what else is happening over here. Mara and Riot, they were going nutty. Look at that, Mara. Austin, didn't you ask about Mara last night? I think you did. Somebody did. I'm pretty sure it was Austin. And look at Riot right there and Clean Spark. They were all cruising along. They all look good. Actually, you might want to look at Mara and Riot tomorrow. They still look really good right there. Clean Spark still looks pretty good, but the other two look a little bit better, I think, at the moment. But they all do look pretty nice right there. Space U, that's coming down right there, hitting the 20. We'll see. And how about that QPUX? That's coming down as well. And Photo hanging out after a dip. This thing moves a lot, that's for sure. Dram was cruising along. That looks real good. That could be a top pick right there tomorrow too. So there you go with them. And let's see what else is happening over here, guys, with the rest of this market. I know you guys are posting up some good stuff, and I think Luis Rodriguez and Laptop Travel will have a list. Yeah, post them up, and I'll go through most of them there. Laptop Travel, again, it's going to be hard for me to read that much. It's going to hurt my eyes. I'll pick a couple out in each row. I'm probably gonna have issues for a couple months here, guys. I'm not gonna lie with the with reading and stuff. I'm telling you, it's just so crazy. Like it puts like pressure on my eyes, so it's kind of hard for me to even see. But I'll pop them up there. You guys write them down. You know they're all gonna be good, and I'll take a look at a few of these because that AGR I can't even type it in right. AGRZ's been running up. He's been putting it on there for you, so keep an eye on that. And what about Boxable right here? I think this is going to get rolling, guys. Keep an eye on that. BXBL. And, we've talked to the CEO, and this company is doing some crazy things, making like little houses and on a factory assembly line, and it does look really good right there. Laptop Travel, I agree with you. I was looking at that today, and CAN is and that did jump up. I'd have to look at that. What's DVN right here? Devon Energy's been running up. Yeah, that was on that energy list, and that Energy Transfer is too, and that one it could run up a little bit more. I'd have to look at it right there. And I think this might be the next row. I have no idea, but FEMI right there, FEMI, that's not too bad. It says it's coming down a little in the after hours. I'd have to look at it. HUBC, Hub Cyber Security. Now that looks pretty good right there. Doge Mama 9 and Laptop Travel. Keep an eye on that. A little spike up right there. Not so bad. And let's go through gold. I see you have it on there. That was ripping. J Nug and Nug right there. They look like they want to continue. Let's put it that way. And we'll keep an eye on them. And obviously gold right here, you can keep an eye on that. That was spiking up right there as well. That was running pretty nice right there. So keep an eye on gold. And let's see what else is going on. I seen KGS right there. Not sure what it is. Kodiak Gas. Oh, we looked at this. That is getting kind of set up right there. And SPCB is Supercom. And that looks pretty good right there. Laptop Travel. And USAU is US Gold Corp. I bet that looks really good right there. And how about this Viper? I think it's called Viper Energy. And there you go. That does have some good energy. And you guys can look at the rest. It's kind of hurting my eye. Sorry, Laptop Travel. I appreciate the list. And you guys can definitely look at it. I'll leave it up there for you. I just can't look at it that long. It's hurting my eyes a little bit. So go ahead and jot them down, and you guys can check out any of them other ones that you want to see right there. And let's see, volatility is a beast no one can master right now. You're not kidding, Laptop Travel. It certainly is a beast right now. It's out of control. But I did play the cues pretty well today, so that was nice. And so yeah, we'll see about tomorrow. And again, I do think the market's coming down a little bit more. At least it looks like it. That thing's ripping right there. RFAI, didn't even see this or hear of it. Massive redemptions. What does it say? Massive redemptions leave NanoFloat exploding. It sure did explode right there. I mean, holy cow, look at it in the after hours. It went from 12 to 73. I mean, that's pretty wild right there, guys. That's a pretty big run. I went even higher. I went to 140. Damn, look at that thing. Holy cow. Well, yeah, that's a crazy spike there, Luis Rodriguez, I'd say. You can look at that thing in the morning. I'm definitely going to jot it down. I didn't even see it or hear of it. RFAI, but that's wild. Look at that thing. You know that's going to get cruising even more tomorrow. So just see, does it even, no options. I didn't think so. I was just curious. That's all. And let's see. I'll look at a couple of these for you there. Luis Rodriguez, what the heck did you even write? BTC? I can't even write it down. I can't even see. What is it? I can't see anything anymore. I already looked at it. That's right. We already looked. I was gonna say that one looks familiar. I can't even tell what the heck it says. I know this is like that 2 times Solana one right there, and this is a Coinbase ETF. That was probably looking really good. SPEP, BMNR. We looked at some of them. Purr right there, still purring away. Look at that. I said that was gonna purr the other day, and it certainly did. We should have known that. PSQH, that looks really good right there, Luis Rodriguez. I must say, I'm gonna have to write that stupid Trump company down because that does look good. What is the rest of his doing? Like ABTC, that had to have been running, right? Yeah, that's moving right there. And what did DJT do? That's cruising along a little bit as well. NCPL, just kind of hanging out there, but Pew dipping down a little bit. So yeah, there you are with a few of them. Fig Light, that was dipping down big yesterday, came right back up. Holy cow, that thing's wild right there. How about Chipotle? That was looking good. Still cruising up. Chipotle looks like it should try to keep some momentum. Remember, we said that was looking good the other day. I remember that one. And let me look at Cypher, and then I'm going to have to stop looking at that list. Cypher, I know you mentioned the other day. That's getting set up right there, Luis Rodriguez. That does look good. And that's Luis. I didn't even put his list. You guys can look at that. And, it's just I can't even look at them things. The list is crazy. It's I don't know. It's just the way the letters and all straining my eyes like crazy. Anyway, appreciate it. You guys write down the rest of them. I do see Samuel Adams up there though. Let's look at that thing. And we were talking about alcohol. Oh, Samuel Adams looking really good. Are you enjoying one there, Luis Rodriguez? Because his stock is looking pretty tasty right there. So keep an eye on that. That could continue to run tomorrow for SAM. So there you go. Thank you, Luis Rodriguez. Hope you guys caught them. And let's see what else is going on. Laptop, that's why you buy yourself some time. And he's talking about some leaps, and they've been very profitable. Bitcoin going crazy right there. We were talking about that, and it's at 74. It's like going over 75. I mean, it's getting wild now, guys. This thing's getting crazy. So there you go. There's some pretty big candles right there. This thing's about to explode. And let's see what else is going on. Trump said government Bitcoin accumulation has been talked about, and he would listen to recommendations. I bet he would. He has ABTC, American Bitcoin Company. I bet he will. Certainly, it's been talked about. It's taken a lot of pressure off the dollar. It's been very, very good for the dollar. And I think if you came in with recommendations, I would certainly listen. So I guess that's what he was saying there. And let's see, Celius right here. What in the heck is wrong with Kramer? I'd have to say the beep 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 beep, but I didn't want to do that, so I said heck. CELH right there breaking out, and he says we don't want Celius here. He's the best. I love that guy. He is funny. I don't even know what he looks at half the time. It is breaking out a little bit. I mean, it's run up right there. Don't get me wrong. He doesn't like Celius there. Well, maybe he's got short position or something, and he wants it to go down. He wants everybody to get out of it. I don't know. It doesn't look so bad right there. Maybe if the market pulls down, it'll dip down, but it definitely doesn't look bad. I mean, I don't know about that one right there. And let's see. He said that during his lightning round, huh? And let's see. He loves MU at the top, but not Celius at the bottom as it's breaking out. Yeah, I mean, it's starting. It's still got some room to run up. Let's put it that way. And again, it may even get up to that 200 right there. But he is nuts, and Kramer. I don't know what the heck he looks at sometimes either. But I'll say this: MU looks great right there. I mean, that thing looks explosive right there. So. What are some of the here you go, MUU right there, guys. That thing looks pretty good to try to explode up there a little bit more if you want to play that, but you're probably better off just playing Dram, to be honest with you. That thing's looking great too, so keep an eye on them. There you go with that. And let's see, Joseph Levy hanging out. Yeah, you definitely can't leave Emma by herself on this show. I'll have to be like beep, 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 beep all the time. Now, I don't really even curse that much. I think I say like the SH word a couple times here and there. That's about as much as I curse. And let's see, Lewis was ready for the pull back with cash in hand right there. And laptop, he's expecting the market to start decorating early with red and green for Christmas. There you go. And you were saying they were talking about oh yeah, we were talking about them NVIDIA chips earlier on SMCI and the investigation and all that good stuff. So, and then Lewis, Zach's going to where? Italy, you said, Zach? Yeah, you're going to like Italy or something. He's taking his family over to, I didn't even know, Ireland. I knew it started with an I. I'm an idiot. He's going to Ireland, not Italy. And so he was asking some. So if anybody's listening, knows some good tips on Ireland, throw them up there to Zach. So I know Luis Rodriguez and Laptop Travel were throwing some tips over there, so you guys can check them out. And let's see what else is going on. You were giving them some good advice on that. They should offer some great advice and assistance. Maybe ask about midterm, very rare 2026 vintage. Look at Laptop Travel. He knows too. So there you go with all that. And Scottish whiskey and all kinds of good stuff they're talking about. Look at this show. It's all over the place. Whiskey and stocks and stuff. And you got it. Also, the Macallan edition #1 must be pretty good. Luis Rodriguez likes that as well. We were talking about coin. It popped the very next day after I said it looked really, really good right there. How are you, MS in Florida? How you been? And what do you guys think about VCX fund? Is that an Anthropic? I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. Let's see. VCX right here. Funrise Innovations Fund. Laptop Travel, Luis Rodriguez. You guys know anything about this? I have no idea. MS in Florida. I can't tell you one way or the other, but I'm going to write it down so we can figure it out. VCX, everybody, find out about this. Is it an Anthropic play? I'm not exactly sure, but we got to find out. Anthropic, OpenAI, they got some Anthropic. It also talks about DXYZ down there, and I just can't really read it because I don't know what it's even saying. But we'll find out because, of course, Laptop Travel will know. VCX is now open for trading. And let's see, what the heck do they have? Resources, Help Center, why Funrise, about us. Let's see if it tells us. We're on a mission to build a better financial. Well, everybody is, but let's see. We're set out to build, invest, and I have no idea, to be honest with you. I'm not really sure. I wish I could tell you. I really have no clue. But we'll find out. VCX, find out about that, guys, and let me know. Well, let MS in Florida know, but let me know too, because I want to know. So we'll find out. How about that, MS in Florida? That's why it's a fun show. You ask a question, and then somebody with more intelligence than me will have an answer for you, because I don't have a clue. I have no idea what this is. I don't even know where to look unless I ask ChatGPT. That would be my go-to move for that answer because it didn't tell me anything on the website. Not that they ever do. I don't understand. Like, why couldn't it just tell you, like, hey, we're invested in this stuff? Yeah, actually, you know what? It does usually tell you down here. I just don't know where the heck it is. I was scrolling down looking, but I don't see it anywhere. Um, Sometimes it tells you like it breaks down the investments, and they changed all this around because they added all kinds of stuff. So I could just be missing it, to be honest with you. They're the latest filings. Compare short interest. We can see what that looks like. The financials, the options, and the overview. I'm not exactly sure. Sometimes they have like that wheel or whatever, a pie graph or something, and it tells you like what the fund is, but I don't see it there. So I'm not exactly sure. Let me scroll down and see if anybody has a clue. Here we go, Letty. I knew we'd have an answer for you. That's why I was just talking about it because I knew we'd have like an answer in 2 minutes. So look at that. They came with an answer like 2 minutes ago because they're that fast. But VCX Anthropic what the heck is that word? Constant. I can't even say that. Laptop travel. You know, you can't use a word like that with me. I can't even say it. Well, anyway, Anthropic has like roughly, I'm going to guess that says like has. That's what I'm going to use for that word. Anthropic has roughly 21% of its portfolio. Does that word work for you? Laptop travel, instead of that big word, has worked the same because I had to change the word. I can't even pronounce that word. Is it great? I can't pronounce words and everything. How great is it, guys? I mean, could you imagine? I can't even read anything and pronounce words. It's amazing. I'm telling you. But I think this vision therapy is gonna. Can you imagine if all this gets fixed from vision therapy? That would be pretty amazing. Everybody will start going to vision therapy just for stuff and giggles. I was gonna say shit and giggles, but I have to say shit beep 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 and giggles. See? We got it. And so yeah, there you go. But the VCX is widely considered one of the most direct public Anthropic plays currently available to retail investors. So yeah, there you go. MS in Florida. How do you like that? And Anthropic has like I think 21% of its or that has 21% of I'm guessing VCX is made up of 21% of Anthropic is VCX. So how about that, Jared? And how are you this evening, Jared? And what did Lewis say? It gives everyday investors access to shares of high growth, late stage private technology companies like Anthropics, and that are typically reserved for venture capitalists and institutional investors. So there you go, everyone. How about that? You like that? Constitutes makes up. So yeah, I said whatever I said. How about that? He said it Anthropic has, I said has, but makes up about 21% of their portfolio. So they have roughly 21% Anthropic. Almost a quarter of their portfolio is just Anthropic. Let's put it that way. How do I word it like that? Okay. Yeah, you gotta use words I can use, laptop travel, oh, I mean, it makes it comical, I'm sure, so you can use any words you want, I just can't read it. What is VCS? There's Michael Anthony. Michael Anthony, weren't you just listening like 3 seconds ago? I literally just said what it was. But let me go back and tell you, since you just seem to tune in and have no idea what we just said. And, so VCX, they have, like, roughly 21% of Anthropic in their fund, and you can invest in this thing and somehow get access to Anthropic through them because Anthropic's on the private market. So, how about that for a an explanation? That's the word I'm looking for. So there you are, Michael Anthony. And how are you this evening? And the fund also holds significant stakes in other private heavyweights, including roughly 10% in OpenAI, alongside companies like SpaceX and Databricks and everybody else. So that's cool. So yeah, VCX, didn't know it, and now I do. Thank you, MS in Florida, for bringing that to our attention this evening, because I had no idea what it was, and now I do. So there you go. That was the question. And now we have an answer for you, MS in Florida. So I hope you enjoyed that. And let's see what else is going on. We were talking about some drinking there and scotch and stuff. Yeah, that would be a good stuff. That'll be a good show right there. Spirits and stuff. Let's do it. We'll do scotch and spirits and stuff. And that would you can babble when you drink, that's for sure. So I don't even need to drink alcohol to talk. I can just go. So it doesn't really. I don't even need that. It's just let me sit in front of a microphone, I guess, and then people hop on. I'll just keep on talking. How about that? And so yeah, laptop. He's loving his lunar. So we're talking about that long term. And then I saw. They didn't see it, but they had a water spout down there in New Jersey. So that's pretty cool. And it was definitely bad weather down there. It should be all cleared now. I'm not looking at the weather, but it should be cleared up at this point. And I was telling you, my putting green for the first time, like, really was like completely covered with water. I'd never see that because the drainage is pretty good out there. And yeah, I could go out right after the show and putt with no problem. It'll be bone dry. It's kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. So anyway, I had no idea. I've never done that before in my life. Never put a putting green in. Don't remember doing any of it, to be honest with you. I like dug out a sand trap and put drainage in and ripped out my fence one year, and then just covered it all up with tarps and plywood. And then the winter came, and then I went out there the next spring and had no idea I did any of. I just remember the fence, when the wind would blow, the fence would always be like flapping in the wind, and I'd be like, "What is going on with the fence back there?" Yeah, dummy. I actually broke it out of concrete, like the posts. I took them all out, and and I didn't remember any of it. So pretty fascinating. And then I made an entire putting green back there, and I had never done it before. Don't ask me how I completed it. I think it was like one of them tasks, like, not a task, one of them what's that called? A something that you do, like not even a hobby. I don't know, something that I did to like kind of keep me alive while I was like just got hit in the head. I have no idea. I just went out there and started making a putting. I mean, it didn't even make. I had no intention of making a putting green in my backyard, and now I got this huge putting green. It's kind of weird, but it is cool. I'm not gonna lie, I do like it. And but I could never put one in again. Like, I could never do that. I like moved like 10 tons of stone, like, with a wheelbarrow. Like, I couldn't do that now if I tried to. I don't know what that, you know what it was? I remember, guys, right after I got hit in the head, I guess like the adrenaline, I don't know. I was so out of it maybe, and like I was like really the concussion. And again, this is like, I understand, like, you get hit in the head in sports and you're like, oh yeah, put me in. You think like you're Superman. You just think you can do all these crazy things. And yeah, I walked around with like a severe concussion for months and months, and I was just doing crazy things. Like, I tell people, like, it's amazing I didn't die in that time frame and do something crazy and kill myself. But somehow I just kept on going, and yeah, I ended up with a putting green, and all kinds of crazy stories. I mean, holy cow! I cut off my finger. Remember when I cut off my fingertip just driving my go kart around the block? I mean, I literally took the go kart out for 3 minutes, came back with a missing fingertip. I mean, who does that? It was crazy. I stuck my finger in a chain while the go kart was moving full speed. It was insane, like literally insanity. How many times I drove that go kart around before? I never thought I would never even think about sticking my finger anywhere near that thing. And then all of a sudden, I just like stick my hand back there in the chain like a maniac, and yeah, ripped it right off like it was. I mean, it wasn't even there. My fingertip, you remember, I was my bone was sticking out. It was kind of crazy, and then it healed back in like 3 weeks. Look at that. It was this finger right there. I mean, look at that thing. You wouldn't even know I even cut my fingertip off. The nail grew in a little bit different, but that's about it. Other than that, it's like perfectly fine. Um, it still hurt. It's really sensitive still, though. I have to say, like, I used to use my left. I'm right-handed, but I would use my left hand a lot to do things like clean or do whatever. Like it didn't matter, and not anymore. I smacked that finger. Holy cow! I think I've talked about it before. It sends like a shock down my body. I like never felt before. It just like makes you. It gives you that like, oh my god, I can't move kind of look, and you can't because it just sent a shock down your entire body. But anyway, VCX right here is pretty nice. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. So thanks again there, MS in Florida and everybody else that chimed in and told us what the heck we were even looking at because I had no idea. And we should have shorted what car right there? What is why did it go when we should have shorted car. I know when it was way up here. You're not kidding, Luis Rodriguez. I know when they get up there, you get kind of scared. You're like, oh man, this thing's gonna. If it runs anymore, I'm in major trouble. But that, you know what, Lewis? I think you just buy puts on it and buy them like a couple weeks out, and then you're good. You're gonna pay a premium. Don't get me wrong, but it'll pay hardcore. So I mean, that's like a god candle right there. If you had that and had puts on it, and then the second one, forget about it. That just paid everything. So that is an interesting thing, and we do have to take that risk. I think that's the reward you would get, and yeah, you just have to do it out a little bit. Like do puts, don't do short, and maybe you want to short it. I don't know, but there you go. That's how it is, and that's when these things run up like that. But there you go with that, and let's see. Price difference is normal between we were talking about some options on Fig, and Fig grew revenue by 48.2% year over year in the second quarter, and is successfully monetizing its AI credits among enterprise users. So there you go, Luis Rodriguez liking Fig. And Joseph Levy has the 5 hour calls, and Galt, when do they expire? Joseph Levy, let us know when they expire. And so you got the fives, huh? Wow. He's going all out in this one. He wants it to go way back up. He's got 5 hour calls. I doubt they're expiring tomorrow. And he may be all the way out there. They're all Joseph Levy right there, 261 of them. And I bet he's right here. Yeah, I bet that's him. 1,000 of them right there is Joseph Levy right there. That's even got more, 1,700. I don't know. Which one is it, Joseph Levy? Which one are you? You're either October 16th of this year or your January 15th of next year. So which one do you have? Let us know. And let's see, 28s and not 38s. I don't even know what you're talking about, but it's okay. And Bitcoin was ripping at over 75K, and Walmart, cue to soundboard right there. Yeah, that is true right there. Walmart right there. You aren't kidding. I mean, hold on, let's look at it again right here. You guys know this Walmart today. I mean, this thing got clobbered. I don't know what it was doing, but I know what it was doing. Inflation caught up to it. That's what happened. Finally, everybody, Walmart knows what I'm talking about. And then it was like, oh my goodness, Walmart. We usually don't have to do that for a Walmart, but yeah, I'd say we did right there. It definitely went down. So there you go. Thanks, Luis Rodriguez, for even reminding me. I need you to play sounds for me. I need a sound person because I forget half the time. And Walmart got hurt because of the Inflation Reduction Act and lower health and pharmacy sales. and that's what they said. And Emma likes when we do the old beep beep beep. And corny, that one was dipping down the other day. What was it doing there today? GLW right here, still dipping down a little bit. Yeah, it's still pulling back some right there. And Amazon gets more of your money than Disney. That's pretty wild, Luis Rodriguez. That Amazon gets more of your money than Disney. You're a big Disney guy. And so yeah, Amazon. I never thought you guys heard of that company before. And but yeah, I guess you guys have heard of it, and that is pulling back. And yeah, I can't even believe they're gonna have 500 U.S. cities by the end of 2026. Like that's a couple months, guys. That's like less. Obviously, this is the eighth month of the year, so it's less than half of the year away. And we're gonna have drones flying over your head in 500 plus cities and towns throughout the country from Amazon packages. They'll be dropping them on your head. Like the thing's gonna drop like a treadmill on your head, probably. Like, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, the thing was too heavy for our drone." Like, wouldn't that be crazy if you see it like dropping off like a treadmill to someone's house? Like they're like droning a treadmill. That'd be pretty wild, huh? But anyway, I'm just picturing it like carrying a treadmill and then us zapping it out of the air and then coming down, smashing somebody's head, and that person probably wouldn't do too well after that. But yeah, I mean, these things are gonna be flying around packages over your head. I mean, this is gonna be crazy, guys. Welcome to the Jetsons, I guess, huh? They were on to something. And yeah, here we go. And let's see. And used to fly in planes at a very early age, or you used to fly and the sky was clear. You'd go outside and at night and see the stars. Oh yeah, now it's like you can't even see a star. You see satellites moving around in airplanes, especially near me, laptop travel. The airplanes, I'm not even kidding. I could videotape it for you guys. It's pretty impressive. The airplanes literally fly over my house. They fly in like every 2 to 3 minutes. It's literally on a pattern. I mean, 2 to 3 minutes they fly in the same spot, then they go around and come into Philadelphia, and then they take off as well. And they come out, but not everyone takes off the exact same spot or the same direction. So but we get a ton. I mean, every couple minutes there's a plane going over us, going out, and one coming in, coming the other way. So yeah, that's exactly. You can see I know the flight path so well from watching it over the years. I know when there's a plane that's not supposed to be in the sky or something crazy's going on. I know immediately. I'm like, that plane's not supposed to be there. It's in the wrong flight path. I know that for a fact. And yeah, they'll usually be like little prop planes or something flying around, and you can't tell immediately. But I'm like, that plane's in the wrong spot, and it happens. So anyway, yeah, they definitely have their flight path, and it's right over our house. And so yeah, there you go. But Amazon's gonna be flying over everyone's house real soon with all packages and stuff with their drones. So there you go. And let's see what else you said. Oh yeah, that's right. You had the good thing for the military discount, Joseph Levy. That's true. And you said it was cheaper than usual. You got 90 tickets for $100. So, and you couldn't even ride. Oh, I can't believe I couldn't imagine you could ride most of the rides from your back surgery. So, I mean, most of them rides there are hardcore in Wildwood. I'm not saying they're dangerous. They're pretty safe, actually. They usually never have issues. If they catch the issues before, I think the Draculas, or not the Dracula, the Dante's Inferno, the castle, the haunted castle, the one I went into and messed up my bed, really messed me up. That's been shut down like for weeks. I don't even think they're going to open it back up, as a matter of fact, and they're just waiting on parts or something. Yeah, they're really good there. Like I said, I was talking about the family yesterday. The sons, and yeah, they're super nice people. But they've been running that boardwalk for my entire life, forever, and they do a great job. I'm not going to lie. It's just the cost of everything's astronomical, and they only have a few months to make a lot of money, and so they do it. And yeah, I can't even imagine what the insurance bill is at that place. I mean, that's got to be crazy. Just the insurance for all them rides has to be, I mean, millions of dollars. It's got to be insane. And so, yeah, it's not cheap to go there, but they have overhead. They got to make money, and that's what it costs now. But it is crazy. And like I said, the family that owns it, super nice people, great people. And so yeah, Carly's prices was freaking exciting. A bucket of fries. There you go, guys. Ready? There's the prices in Wildwood. There you go. a bucket of fries, guy. You're not talking like a bucket, like a Home Depot size bucket. You're talking like their bucket size is like this big. The small is like this. I'm not even joking. So I'll move my hands up. The small's like this. It's not that big, and it's like a round bucket. It would be like this big, and and then it'd be like this size, right? And then the next one's like a little bit bigger, not much, and then the bucket's like this big. It's not very big, guys. It was what did you say? $48 for two lemonades and a bucket of French fries. $48, $50. I told you guys, it's over $50 for a family of four just to go on the log flume, like one ride. One ride, it's over $50 for a family of four. That's crazy. And yet, it's $50, literally $50 right there for a bucket of fries and two lemonades. I mean, that's crazy, right? That's insanity. I'm telling you right now, I forget what the French fry place is called in Ocean City, Maryland. It's not Curly Fries. Curly Fries, they're great fries. You probably love them, Joseph Levy. They are delicious. Don't get me wrong. But for $48 for a bucket of fries and two lemonade, I didn't even get them last time I was down there because we were buying all kinds of other stuff. And I'm like, it's just we got Coors Brothers right across the way. So if you turned around and looked at Coors Brothers, we ate there. That's what we like got for a snack. I'm like, we're not getting like fries, ice cream, and I'm like, it's crazy. It's just out of control. We used to do all that stuff with no problem. You never even cared. And then, like I said, in Ocean City, Maryland, we kind of just didn't even care because the prices were so much cheaper than Wildwood. It was like, oh, okay, it's this you can kind of afford. It's nuts, guys. A bucket of fries, and you're talking small. Like a bucket of fries is for like two people. You're talking like a two-person fry and two lemonades for $50. Like you might think you just got steaks. It's crazy. Like, can you imagine that? Like everyone's probably scratching their head right now. I'm glad you just said that, Joseph Levy, because I'm telling you, Wildwood might be one of the most expensive places that you can go to right now. I'm sure Avalon's up there too, but Avalon don't have the boardwalk and stuff. They have like bars and nice things, and it's up there. It's pricey. It's a nice shore. Stone Harbor, things like that. But Wildwood has all the rides and all, and I'm telling you, it is astronomical. It's got to be the most expensive place to go to. It might be the most expensive place you might ever see in the country right now. I'm not kidding. It is that expensive to go. Like I said, $48 for a little bucket of fries and two lemonades is crazy. So yeah, you can just tell everybody what else you spent money on and how much it was because it wasn't cheap. I can tell you that right now. And so yeah, the government is what did you say? The government's worried about microwaves being used in the near future for terrorism to bring down planes and shut down cars, trucks, public transportation, jamming their electrical stuff. I don't blame them. I mean, I could see that happening. And NLST is OTC. Maybe that's why. That's probably why I can't view it there. Joseph Levy because it is. And yeah, that's not even going to help me that much more laptop travel. I'll put these up there, but my eyes, you know what it is? It's just like that kind of pattern with like the dollar symbol and a couple letters, dollar symbol. And it's probably not even the dollar symbols. I'm just saying, like, with all the letters and stuff like that and caps, it's just I can't even look at it. It's just killing me. It's like it's really bizarre to even to explain, but yeah, it's like a strain on my eyes, like you can't even imagine. So I can only look at so much. I'll have to jot down your guys' list for sure on my piece of paper. You could pop them up there, and I'll pop them up for everybody. Like literally, it hurts my eyes. Just like it like makes them sore. It's crazy. I can't explain it, but it definitely does. And like I said, the doctor told me this. He was like telling me, and I was looking at him like, "What are you talking about? Like, you can't be that crazy." And he's like, "It's going to be really bad for you." He knew. He absolutely knew. He's because I guess if you've never seen anybody's eye tracking that bad ever in your life, and you've seen other people, anybody else that's had a struggle, you know I'm going to be 10 times worse. He basically told me that he's never seen anything like it before. So yeah, he straight up told me like, "Dude, it's going to be really, really difficult for you for 5 months, at least 5 months." He said that's like my minimum, and So yeah, I gotta do it, and hopefully, like I said, after that, maybe after 5 months, I can start reading them lists perfectly fine. So, but right now, holy cow, they're like killing me with my vision and my brain. Oh my goodness, I got to do it every day. It's kind of crazy, but anyway, and then I add this to it, so it's pretty great. But I did most of the list, and like I said, each night I'll make sure I grab yours, laptop travel and Luis Rodriguez. I'll definitely have to grab your list and write them down so I can actually go through them, because I can actually look at them down here. I can't look at that list. I can look at like you guys writing stuff, but that format is just killing me. Like it's just crazy. So anyway, there you are with that. I apologize that I have that happening, but it definitely is. And like I said, the doctor literally told me that was good. This doctor's pretty incredible. Like I told you guys, this vision therapist guy, he straight up told me like this was gonna happen. And then I told you, like he never asked me any of my symptoms the first time I went for the evaluation. He asked me what happened, and then he just started doing these eye tests. And then he told me every single issue I had, like on point, like as if he lived my life. It was the most craziest thing. I actually was like getting the goosebumps when because he told me every single thing. And I was like, God, doc, I told you guys. I was like, this is like exactly what I've told every single doctor. The spiel you just told me is what I've told everybody, and they look at me like I'm crazy. And he's like, well, you're not crazy because that's exactly what's going on. And he's like, but it's the worst I've ever seen. He said, and I've never seen anything like this after 3 years after an injury. So what are you gonna do? So yeah. And he said, this vision, and like I said, he probably knew right off the bat. He did. He told me. He said it was going to be really, really hard for me. That's why I knew I couldn't do the show. He told me I wasn't going to be able to do two shows. He asked me what I did, and I was telling him. And I talked to him for a while, and I was telling him what I did. He's like, I just know you're not going to be able to do two shows. And I'm like, all right, well, this is happening. So yeah, what are you gonna do? So anyway, we'll get back to it sooner or later. But there you are with that, and there you are, laptop travel. You and your wife are already having a drink right there. Drinking game tied to the show. Well, there, you guys have a drinking game tied. You got to share that with everybody. Maybe don't share it with me, so I don't know what it is, and you guys could have fun with it. So I don't know how you like tweet it out or something, and I won't look at. I will actually won't read it. Just don't like you could even tag me on it and I'll repost it. I promise I won't even read it. I really won't read it. You know me. I'll miss it completely, even if I repost it. And you guys you can share the drinking game so everybody can play along with you. I could only imagine what it is like. How many like if I pronunciate words wrong or do something crazy. I mean, you guys could probably have a great drinking game with this show. I could only imagine. We could probably put something crazy together. So yeah, have to think. We have to find out what Laptop Travel's drinking game is, but I can't know what it is because I don't want to actually mess it up at all. I don't want to know, so it makes it real, and that's what makes everything fun in life. And so yeah, there you go. I learned that definitely from CNR, Convino and Rich, Joseph Levy. I remember when I'd go to their the studio back in Times Square. I used to hang out there all the time, like literally weekly. I'd be up there. I had like a pass sitting there waiting for me, and anytime they had a guest come in, they wouldn't talk. They would be like, they would start talking and be like, and he'd start telling them something. They'd be like, "What? Hold on. Just wait until we get live on the air. Tell us the story so we have a real reaction, so we have a real conversation." And I would always be like, "That's a great idea. Like that's brilliant right there." And guess what? They always had a real reaction and a real question. So yeah, it was never like really faked or anything. And I learned that was definitely a good way to do it. So there you go with that. And what are you saying over here? Michael Anthony immediately questions the ticker symbol. What is VCX? He demands clarification to see if it holds tangible assets or is just another overhyped wrapper. Yeah, he probably thought that what is it? VCX. I don't even know what letters it is. VCX. He's probably thought it was a penny stock. He's like, wow, they're looking at another penny stock, but it's $39. What is going on here? But yeah, that's what it is, Michael Anthony. So he said, if you can't touch it and there are no audience, gap profits, or public 10Ks, the real mandate ignores the hype and sticks to real merchandise and cash defense. So That's probably something that he would say. That's for sure. And let you see. What do you? Michael Anthony wants to know if we think Walmart's going to rebound here. We were talking about Walmart, as a matter of fact. Michael Anthony, do I think it's going to rebound? It's hitting the bottom. I think you come down a little bit more right there. Actually, is what it looks like to me at the moment. That weekly don't look good. That monthly don't look good either. I don't think Walmart looks that good. I don't think the whole market looks good, Michael Anthony. You know what looks good right now? I'll tell you what looks good. It's something called crypto. I don't know if you ever heard of that either, but there you go. Bitcoin was running up to like 75K again. These things are going crazy. And we talked about them the other day just before they ran. So I'm not sure if you got in or are in, but yeah, crypto looks really good. That's for sure. And let me see. You're missing the you didn't know about my finger story there? That's crazy. Joseph Levy, you don't remember that last year? It happened like I remember when it happened because everything I got hit in the head July 8th. This happened not the same week, obviously, but right around like July 8th, like right around 4th of July seems when I like to get really injured and almost kill myself. I don't know what it is, but so this year I didn't do anything. We were on vacations. I was like, I'm not gonna do anything because I don't want to get injured. But yeah, it was right after the 4th of July. And I was out there, I'll tell you real quick. I was just out there cleaning out like my trailer or something, the shed and the trailer or whatever. And I pulled out the go kart. I hadn't driven it and in 2 years at that point because I had gotten hit in the head and I had never even started or anything. It was just sitting there. And then I just like went and like put gas in it. I probably filled up the tires. I was probably like filling up the bike tires or something. Had the compressor out. I filled them up, and literally I just gave it one pull, and the thing fired right up. I was like, "Arr!" And this thing's pretty quick. It's badass, pretty badass go kart, and it fired right up. And I'm like, oh man, that thing looks like a lot of fun to go ride around the block on. And so I hop on this stupid thing, and then I go around the block. And as I'm going around the block, I like lose my phone. I don't know where it goes. I'm like, wait, where'd my phone go? And so like I'm reaching down, and so I'm like reaching down and I can't find it. So I go back around my house. That's what happened. I went back around the house to go find the phone because I couldn't find it. I was just about to pull into my house and I dropped the phone literally like two houses away from my house. But I passed my house. I go back around the block again. So I did make two blocks. I forgot. I made two laps around the block, one to drop my phone, one to go back and look for it and cut off my fingertip. But yeah, so I go around the block and I'm looking for my phone because I actually did drop it. And and then I'm like coming around the block, and I don't know what gave me this brilliant idea. I'm like literally like four houses away, and the phone's I don't see it obviously, but it's like it's two houses away from where I'm at. But there's a corner right there, so I go around the curve, and then like for some odd reason, like I feel like it's like in my like I feel like thought it was like vibrating or something, but obviously it's the go kart. So I don't have like perception. My like I don't have any like whatever that's called. What the heck is that even called? I forget what it's even called. What the heck is that called? Where you can't see over there, whatever it's called. I lost it completely. I can't even think of the word. Can't even think of that either. But anyway, so I don't really see much very well anyway. And then for some odd reason, I thought I was just like putting my hand down, like on the go kart, and somehow my hand ended up behind the go kart and right into the chain while I was driving at full speed. And it was like it ripped my finger. I was like, oh man, what was that? And then I looked and my bone was hanging out, and I just like and then blood was squirting out obviously because it was down to the bone. And then I like just put my finger in my mouth and I'm like, oh man, that's not going to be good. And then I still didn't have my phone, but now I'm going around the curve, and then like I come up to the next house and my phone's just laying out in the middle of the street right there. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? I just like cut off my fingertip and there's my phone. Like all I had to do was wait like another like 10 seconds and I would have had my fingertip. Like, I don't know why I decided to put my hand down. Like, it was crazy. I would have never done that before. And again, I just do crazy things because I don't really think straight. I make bad decisions with my brain injury. I got hit in the left lobe. That's your decision making area. So go figure. I cut my fingertip off. But yeah, it went right down to the bone. I mean, my bone was sticking out. It was, and the best part about that story, guys, here I'll tell you. So I told you I take care of my neighbor's pool, and So my wife and my little guy were in the pool next door, and I come pulling back into the. I pull back in. Now, mind you, I forgot I went around the block twice, so I just went. It's not that big of a block, and this thing goes around the block in like 30 seconds. I'm not gonna lie, the go kart's so fast. It definitely does it in less than a minute. So you're not talking. I wasn't gone for like more than 2 minutes. Let's put it that way. And so yeah, I come back into the like up the driveway and back into the backyard, and I'm on the go kart, and I get off of it, and stand up, and my wife and my kid are in the pool next door, and I'm yelling to my wife. I'm like, "Hey!" I have my finger in my mouth because it's just bleeding all over the place, and I'm like, "Yo, get out the pool. We gotta go to the hospital. I just cut off my fingertip." And she's looking at me going, "What?" And I'm like, get out, you got to get out the pool, get Dougie out. I just cut off my fingertip, and I like put it up in the air. You could see the bone, like it was like a bone hanging out of my finger. And she was like, "What did you do?" I'm like, "You just come on, we gotta go to the hospital, like pretty quick. Let's go." And she's like, "Okay." And then she had to get she's like, "Dougie, come on, we gotta get out of the pool. Daddy just got hurt." And and then I came in the house. I remember I had to get my daughter, told my daughter, I was just like, "Yo, go grab me some towels." I just like cut off my fingertip, and I showed her. She was like, "Oh my God." And yeah, she grabbed a bunch of towels and stuff, and then my wife had to take me to the hospital, and then there you go. So all that good stuff. And there was nothing to stitch. They couldn't even do anything. They just like wrapped it up. It was at that point, it was like, here, wrap it up and go see a hand surgeon. And then I went to the hand surgeon, and I remember it just started to heal pretty quick. Like they had it wrapped up. And I went to the hand surgeon like a week later. And then he looked at it and was like, huh, it's healing pretty fast. It looks pretty good. And I'm like, all right, cool. I remember I was going on vacation or something right after that. We were going to like one of the lake houses or something, and I was like, "Can I go in a lake?" He's like, "Yeah, you can go in a lake. Just like keep it covered and all, and keep it clean." I'm like, "All right, cool." And then he's like, "Come back when you get back, just to make sure everything's good." And like I went back 3 weeks later, and it was like almost healed. It was like crazy. He was like, "Holy cow, you're almost like healed." And I was like, "Yeah, that's pretty wild." He's like, "Well, everything's gonna turn out pretty good for you then, so you're good to go." And so yeah, that's what happened, and I cut my fingertip off. So for like a couple weeks, and I was like, "Holy cow, this is going to be like really bad," because that could be terrible. Like you could get infections and stuff. And I'm telling you, the thing just healed up in 3 weeks. Like you'd never even known it happened. It was crazy. My fingernail grew back and all. Like it was wild. As a matter of fact, this finger, my pointer finger, I cut this one pretty bad one time. I was ripping down the tile in my own house. I was ripping down the tiles in the bathroom when I was redoing the bathroom, and I ripped down the entire tile wall. I don't know why I did that. It wasn't very smart, clearly, but I ripped the whole tile wall down at one shot, like one whole wall. I just ripped the whole thing out, and when I did it, it like snapped. And as I was like pulling it, where it snapped, it was like razor sharp, and it has the metal edge, like the backing on it, and it literally just like cut right through the glove I had on, like it wasn't even there, and it cut right through my finger. I mean, it like it sliced it pretty good. Like my fingertip here, you might not be able to see it, but my nail grew in different. Like my nail grew in worse on this than when I cut my fingertip off completely. Let's put it that way. And so yeah, it cut me like completely cut me down. And I just wrapped it up with some electrical tape and finished ripping out the rest of the bathroom. And then when I got done doing it, it wouldn't stop bleeding. I was like, damn, this thing's not going to stop bleeding. I guess I got to go. So yeah, I had to get stitches on that thing. And then it like grew in real weird. But my fingertip, there was nothing to stitch. It was my bone was hanging out. And then it just like kind of grew perfectly fine. It was wild. I'd never seen anything like it, to be honest with you, in my life. But yeah, I'd say I got pretty lucky with that one. That's for sure. But that's what happened when I tried to drive my go-kart around the block. And it didn't turn out so well, let's put it that way. So there you go, everybody. And yeah, how about that craziness? But yeah, that was crazy, that's for sure. And let's see what else is going on. If a person's too lazy to go to the store to get a treadmill, you don't think they're going to use the treadmill anyway that Amazon drops off? Why not? Joseph Levy, you don't you think that treadmill is going to get put together and end up being like a clothes bin? Like people just hang their clothes. I used to do home inspections. I did them for like my entire life. I told you guys all about that, and fire inspections. So I had to go in people's houses, homes, and You wouldn't believe. I mean, the amount of people that have treadmills, like that just have shit piled on. Well, beep 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 beep. That have stuff piled up all over them. It's crazy, and most of it's just like clothes. Like they just use them as like hampers or whatever, like hanging their clothes on. Yeah, you know when you look at it, you're like that thing hasn't been used in like 10 years, and it just like piles clothes on. It's just like why don't you get rid of that and just get a table or something, or like something to hang some clothes on. They're always used to put clothes on. Don't ask me why, but it would be always like I'd see it all the time. It'd be some fascinating stuff. Nobody ever used their treadmill when they get them. It's crazy. You're right about that. But anyway, let's see what else is going on here. Um, my wife, my wife just came down to yell at me. She does use the treadmill in the house. I was gonna actually say, except for my wife, that one is not filled with clothes. I have to say, and she was using it what today or yesterday. She was on it running around. So my wife definitely uses the treadmill. But when I did inspections, none of them people used the treadmill. I promise you. I would actually, and then I'd go to the same houses like every year because I was the fire inspector for like 2 decades. So you have to do the same houses every year and all that. You would see this like the same treadmill and be there with the same stuff on it. Usually, it'd be crazy. I'd be like, why don't they get rid of that thing? But anyway, yeah, that was funny. My wife ran down. She could hear me. She ran down to tell me she uses the treadmill. She does, though. I have to say, she actually does use it pretty often, too. And then she goes out and runs, too. So there you go with that. Anyway, what did you say, Luis Rodriguez? A whole plain cheese pizza at on the Point Pleasant boardwalk costs around 42 to 40. Yeah. What do they cost, Joseph Levy? Did you see the prices at like Sam's Pizza Place and stuff like that? You're like 40 something dollars for a pizza. So yeah, you're right there, Luis Rodriguez. You know what I'm talking about. Guys, you ever buy a pizza for $42? I mean, is that not crazy? It's insane. So there you go with that. Yeah, everything doubled. It's tripled down there, Lewis. It's like crazy. I'm not gonna lie. And what am I got? We talked about the entire market here, Michael Anthony, before you even got here. Now we're just talking about our stuff part. Yeah, that this is the stuff portion of our show. You got it right there. And we already see Michael Anthony. I run through the market at the beginning, and then we everybody likes to hang out and talk about a bunch of stuff, and then so we do it, and then we talk about any other stock tickers that you bring up because you're the only one still bringing up stock tickers because we've already talked about the whole market. But Delta was taking a big dip, and so was American Airlines. And I'm assuming that's because oil is ripping up there some more. And every time that they do, the oil rips up, these things do go down. That's for sure. So, with that said, are they bottoming out? It's hitting a resistance or a support line right there. I don't really know, Michael Anthony. I don't think so, to be honest with you. Not by the look of it. Could have a little bounce. I think you got more time and you could be pulling back a little bit more right there. So, there you go, right there. And let's see. I think it helps if you do provide the list ahead of time. Include, yeah, I do too. So yeah, I'll definitely make sure you guys just send them in to me and I can do make sure I get the list out by like a half hour, 45 minutes before the show starts or whatever. I'll make sure I write them down that way I can read them and then they can pop them up there and I can put them up on the screen as well when I go through, but I won't look at that screen because I can't look at them. I'm not gonna lie, that screen messes me up. So appreciate you guys and everything you guys do. And I know it takes a lot of time to do all that stuff. So greatly appreciate that. Thank you very much, Laptop Travel and Luis Rodriguez. Everybody appreciates it, I'm sure. So thank you very much. And let's see, we have a what is it? Cue when certain things happen, we have to take a oh, here we go. He said they have a cue when certain things happen, they have to take a drink or a shot. So Laptop Travel, he has a drinking game based around the show. How great is that, guys? That's so great. And I love it. Drinks and stuff. Yeah, you could have drinks and stuff game. We could make an entire game called Drinks and Stuff right around stocks and stuff. How funny would that be? That would be hilarious right there. And let's see what else is going on. Let me see. Riot. Yeah, we already we looked at all them actually. Look at that, Michael Anthony. I think you meant to say Clean Spark, unless CLSH is something I don't know. but I think you meant CLSK. I'll give you that. We looked at all these already, Michael Anthony. You're a little late. I'm telling you, we already blasted through all that. Mara Riot, Clean Spark, they were on the list. Mara Riot looked better than Clean Spark. Hive was on the list. I put it there. I gave that out on the small cap show, Michael Anthony. And then BTS. We didn't look at this. We looked at BT or whatever the other one was that Luis Rodriguez had mentioned. But anyway, BCTC, is that it? Why can't I type in a B? BTCT, something like that. Yeah, BTC Digital. We looked at that one right there, but BTCS is another one right there. And yeah, we looked at all them bad boys, Michael Anthony. So there you go. CLSK. Oh, you did say it. I didn't know that you were talking about good old Clean Spark right there. So thank you, Michael Anthony. But we did cruise through them, as a matter of fact, before you hopped on. What's Kroger up to right here? Just kind of hanging out. It doesn't look too bad right there. I'll keep an eye on it. And this is Sprouts Farmers Market right here. Yeah, I don't think they're really ready. It could bounce, but I don't know if it's exact. Oh, you're saying Sprouts hit 74 and then could. Yeah, I agree. I think you're going to come back down a little more too, to be honest with you, Michael Anthony. So we're on the same page with that. And let's see what else is going on. Where was that? Oh, right here. I was like, where'd that even go? Oh, peripheral vision. That's what it's called. Thank you, Joseph. I still couldn't think of the word. I was still trying to think of that. Peripheral vision. Yeah, I lost completely. I used to have like 360 vision, guys. I'm not going to lie. Like, I could see behind me. It was crazy. And I guess being raised doing home inspections and stuff and walking through Camden, one of the most dangerous cities in the country my entire life, you better have 360 vision. So it might be one of the things I just kind of gained as I grew up, because I had to adapt to my my surroundings. And but holy cow, I could see everything everywhere. I don't even know what my hands are. I couldn't tell you if I was wiggling them doing it. I only know because I'm doing it. If you were doing it, I couldn't tell you anything. My peripheral vision's completely gone. It's kind of crazy. When I got hit in the head, that got completely wiped out, like gone immediately. That and like when I kind of like could remember things like really well, gone completely, like immediately. It was kind of crazy. And laptops watching that strategy, of course, on Bitcoin. So we're all watching that too. I agree for that one. And Michael, I do like to tell stories, Michael. You know what it is, Michael Anthony? It's funny that I do like to tell stories. I do like to talk, obviously, but also, since I got hit in the head, like I really have zero memory. And like why I sit here and tell you stories or sit here and talk on the show, all of a sudden I start remembering things. It's like reliving my life again sometimes. I'm like, holy cow, I forgot that. Like it's like it never even happened. And now all of a sudden I remember things. And so yeah, it's kind of bizarre. Like the last 3 years, I didn't remember anything that happened in my life. And now I'm kind of remember my long-term memory starting to come back. I say it's pretty much from this show. Obviously, I tell the doctors that they know it. And the vision therapist was like, "Yeah, I think you're keeping yourself alive by doing a podcast." He's like, "You're probably right." I'm like, I'm telling you, I do. 2 years of just being really, really dedicated and knowing that I had to do it to keep my brain going. And yeah, I told you guys all that before. And so yeah, that's how the show started anyway. And it did. It kept me alive. And now finally I'm gonna be in vision therapy. I think this guy's gonna actually be able to help me out a lot. Let's put it that way. He told me he ain't gonna be able to cure me 100%, but he said I'll be a lot better. So I'm looking forward to that. It's just going to be a rough 5+ months here that we got to deal with. So I'll talk about it, Michael Anthony, and I'll tell you all about it, all about my stories and vision. How many people you know ever went to vision therapy, Michael Anthony? How many people you know went to concussion therapy for 9 months, 3 days a week? 9 months, 3 days a week. I never even knew anyone that went to concussion therapy. I went for 9 months, 3 days a week. Like, that's crazy. Like, that's insane. So, yeah, pretty wild stuff right there. Anyway, let's see. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see. You're gonna sound like the road. Oh, that's funny you say that. If you were gonna see Dougie tomorrow, you're not. But if you went beep beep, he would crack up laughing. We do it all the time. He loves the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. We watch it all the time, as a matter of fact. And Dougie absolutely loves it. I try to play him the old school cartoons like Bugs Bunny and stuff like that because they're actually good. And yeah, he fell in love with the Roadrunner. And whenever I need him to start moving faster, he's not the fastest in when we walk somewheres. When I want him to get moving, I just go beep beep, and then literally he starts running because he thinks I'll go, oh, you're gonna get beat by the Roadrunner, and then he'll start running. He'll run by me and go beep beep, and then he'll say like, you can't catch the Roadrunner, and then like we'll play a little game, and I'll actually get him to move a lot faster. Let's put it that way. But yeah, we do it all the time. Beep beep. I do that all the time. Actually, Joseph Levy. How funny is that? Maybe that's why it was just like natural for me to just be like, oh beep beep and beep 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 beep. Yeah, because I do beep beep all the time with Dougie. That's so funny with the Roadrunner. Yeah, he loves it. He could tell you like he's watched all, not all of them obviously, but we watch like if you go on YouTube and like you find like an hour's worth of Roadrunner shows. Yeah, he loves that thing. They're gonna have a Roadrunner movie. I had no idea they're even gonna have a movie out. Joseph Levy. Yeah, I had no idea that movie was coming out. To be honest with you, first time I heard. I even know there was a Paw Patrol movie that just came out, but my neighbors just went to it, and I even know that was coming out. Dougie used to like that. And yeah, I have no idea. I watch like zero TV. You guys know that. I look at stock charts. That's what I do. If a Roadrunner movie is not on the stock chart, I probably have no idea. But no, I definitely do watch the Roadrunner a lot more now than I ever did. I used to watch it as a kid, but yeah, Roadrunner's great. But Tuggy loves when the Wile E. Coyote like tries to set up like a rock or something off a cliff, and then like he like tries to like shoot it down, and then it always bounces up and hits him and gets him. He just absolutely he cracks up laughing. It's so funny. But anyway, there you go with that. Emma said they're making a Grinch too. How are you still up, Emma? Holy cow! It's 11 o'clock. It's getting late. It's past my bedtime right now, and so yeah. There you go. But Grinch 2, huh? I guess we'll have to look out for that as well. And a Roadrunner movie coming out. There you go, everybody. Look at that. Little movie talk right there, Michael Anthony's, a bunch of stocks, everything else. Even talked about Zach's going to Ireland. Do you have any info on Ireland for us, Michael Anthony? Zach's looking for any info on Ireland. Jared was hanging out. Was Austin here today? I didn't see Austin hop on, but he might be hanging out. And everybody else just hanging out here. And Joseph Levy. I'm going to meet up with Joseph Levy tomorrow for lunch, everybody. So how cool is that? So I'll hit you up there. We've been messaging back and forth. So I'll give you a shout, let you know. And yeah, we're going to meet up for lunch. And unfortunately, like I said, Dougie was supposed to come, but I had no idea he has a play thing with one of his buddies tomorrow. Right at that time, I asked him, I was like, you guys doing anything tomorrow? She's like, oh yeah, we're going here and here with Dougie's friends. I'm like, oh, I had no idea. So guess he's not going to lunch with me. But anyway, there you go. Oh, of course, with Emma too. You're definitely going to Emma, of course. Your dad's not leaving you at Cape May and just coming to have lunch. So yeah, I was going to try to have Dougie hang out, but he's not going to be around. But yeah, I'm having lunch with Joseph Levy and Emma tomorrow, so that'll be a lot of fun. And we'll figure out what you got. I told him we'll either get some panzerottis or some cheesesteaks. So you guys think about what you want. If you just want panzerottis and pizza, or do you just want cheesesteaks, I'll take you like the best places you'll ever have. It'll be like insane. So you just let me know. And actually, the cheesesteak place, I never had their pizza, but apparently their pizza is really good. It's a pizza place, to be honest with you, but they have like the greatest cheesesteaks ever. And so yeah, but the pizza place around from me is the Panzerotti. No cheesesteak. So all right, you got it. Do you ever have a Panzerotti, Emma? Do you know what do people know what Panzerottis are? I don't even know if most people know what a Panzerotti is. I know, Lewis, you got to know what a Panzerotti is growing up around here. But does everyone know what that is? It's like they basically take like the pizza dough, and then they make like this kind of like a round thing. It's kind of like shaped weird, and then and then they stuff it with cheese and sauce, and you can put pepperoni or whatever the heck else you want in it, and then they deep fry that thing, and oh my god, they're so good. They're like insane, and there's so much cheese and sauce in it. They're really hot. You got to wait for them to cool down. But these things are like, that's Dougie's favorite thing. Like he loves Panzerottis. If you say we're going for Panzerottis, he's all in. He loves it. And yeah, we'll go for Panzerotti. They're so good. So yeah, if you like pizza, you would love a Panzerotti. I promise you, they're insanely good. And then they also have the greatest pizza at this place too. So yeah, actually, I'll take you to a place where Portnoy's been, and he gave it a high rating and loved the owner. The owner's great. You'll see. So I'm gonna have fun tomorrow at lunch with Joseph Levy and Emma. We're gonna have lunch together tomorrow, and then yeah, I'll let you guys know. Obviously, we won't have a show tomorrow night, but I'll tell you how it went and how much fun we had on Sunday night. So there you go. How about that, guys? Jared Panzerotti sounds like a bad boy. Oh, they're such a good bad boy. We'll take a video of this bad boy and post it up there. Better than New York pizza? Yeah. Joseph Levy? Yeah, I promise you. Yeah. The guy, this pizza place that we go to, and like I said, Portnoy's been there, and and he gave it a higher rating, and he loved the guy. The guy's amazing. The guy's been here he's been in business for 43 years. He's straight from Italy, guys. I mean, just straight up Italian guy. His name's John, and he loves Dougie. Him and Dougie love each other. Like, they high five each other. They're like best friends. Dougie's like a celebrity at this place, and this place is widely popular. Let's put it that way. All like the food people go here. It's crowded, and it looks like I've been going here my entire life. He's been in business for 43 years. And so yeah, I'm 46. He's been there 43 years. So I used to ride my bike there when I was like a little kid, and the place looks the exact same. He's never updated it. It's so great. So when I walk in, it's like so nostalgia. It's like my childhood growing up. But anyway, yeah, John's the man. And Panzerottis and stuff and pizza. He is he used to he's right from Italy, but he worked in New York for a long time, like when he was really young, making pizzas, and then he came over here and then started his own place. And I'll tell you, these pizzas are like, anyone that eats this pizza, it's like the best pizza. I promise you, you just don't get pizza like this. It's like a flat pizza, like it's just perfect. It's a perfect pizza. Every person that has it is like, holy cow. You're not in business in my area, Joseph Levy, for 43 years. There's only one other place that's been around for 40 plus years. That's a pizza shop. All the other ones probably come and go within 5 years. None of them make it. And there's 12 of them, at least 12 in my town alone. And then in the surrounding towns, they all have 12 too. Like I said, there's crazy amounts of good food around me. That's the one good thing we have. It's crazy amounts of good food, like sandwich shops and pizza shops and stuff. We have the best of everything. And so yeah, bad boy. We don't have that. You got to put bad boy in the rules. That's for sure. That's laptop. Take a drink. Dougie said bad boy. That's hilarious there. Joseph Levy, he already picked up the game. That's funny right there. But there you are. And we'll take that as an advice. Yeah, there you go. I think you might have to add that one in. Don't worry. I'll forget anyway. And what'd you say? The three legendary home run distance leaders are Mickey Mantle and Josh Gibson at 600 plus, and Babe Ruth at 575. What were you guys talking about? I have no idea. I don't even know where that came. Oh, you guys were talking about a John Cena movie and a Coyote and stuff. I saw that coming through. Coyote versus Acme is an upcoming live action and animated hybrid comedy film set to release in theaters August 28th. Really? That's like in a few days, right? Yeah, that's in like 8 days. Well, there you go. We may have to add beep beep to the drinking game. There you go. That's great, laptop travel. And Bad Boy, I mean, that has to be on there. I mean, that's a great one right there for sure. And so yeah, there you go. How about that? And and you said they'd be drunk within the first 30 minutes. He said, yeah, that's why I laughed. They love this show. His wife sits there and loves my show because they just sit there and get hammered from their drinking game. That's the greatest, everybody. So how about that, everyone? You guys got to follow along. And play with laptop travel with his wife. They got a drinking game based off of stocks and stuff. How great is that? That's so cool. And the night shows are always full of drinking cues. That's so funny. That is hilarious, laptop travel. I love it. So so creative of you and your wife. So good. That's why they always have the show up. They have this beautiful patio and like this big screen, and they're always sitting back there hanging out. And they always have like these nice drinks. That's why they have a drinking game for the show. That's hilarious. I love it. So how about that, Emma? And that's crazy. That's what that is. But yeah, tomorrow you'll get to try a panzerotti. It's going to be blow your mind, and one of the best slices of pizza you'll ever have. So that's where we're going. I'll hit up your dad and let him know where to meet up, and we will meet up tomorrow for lunch. That's for sure. So how about that, everybody? I meet up. I met up with I had dinner with Joseph Levy. Me and Luis Rodriguez met with Joseph Levy as well. When we went to New York, Joseph Levy came into town and hung out, and that was a lot of fun. So I've already had dinner with Joseph Levy and met him. He's a great guy, a great military guy. We'll say that too, because he is. He's a veteran, and you gotta honor a veteran. That's for sure. And so yeah, and he had a crazy story. You guys know he's had a lot of back surgeries. We always are thinking about Joseph Levy, and yeah, he's got the. Oh, I definitely. Here you go. That's right. Hold on. We got the Coke scarf from that night. You're absolutely right. That was the greatest. That might have been one of the funniest shows ever. That Trump rally. That guy. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, there was a show back. Trump had like this rally. I don't know what he was doing. I guess during the election season, I'm sure. And he had this rally going on. Were they at the White House too, and just standing there or something? I forget. They were standing. There was this guy. He had this red scarf on, and you would think this guy had this thing like loaded with cocaine. He wasn't using it as like a tissue, like his nose wasn't running. He would just like every like once in a while, but not even every once in a while, it became like a habit almost where he would be like he was just sniffing the scarf. It was the craziest thing ever, and we were just cracking up. I was like, this guy got like a Coke scarf. And then when I met Joseph Levy, he gave me a Coke scarf. So well, minus the Coke, just the red scarf that the guy had. And so yeah, that was great stuff. And I've had it on a few times and did all that. You know what I just thought about? I forgot. We got to bring back Mr. Bull and Mr. Bear. I just noticed that they're right there, and I tend to forget about them often. So I got to have them on more often. They're always fun too when we have some puppet action going on. Yeah, you never know what you're going to get on this show, Michael Anthony. That's for sure. Some stocks and stuff. That's what you get on this show. And I'm glad you guys are entertained and have a good time. I always have a great time. Like I said, doing the shows kept me alive this long. So if you've gotten hit in the head like I did, you probably wouldn't be doing so well either. But yeah, I'm doing okay, I would say, just because of the show and you guys hanging out and having a great time with it, and Michael Anthony as well. So appreciate everybody tuning in. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. I'm going to enjoy our lunch tomorrow with Joseph Levy and Emmett, and they're going to enjoy some panzerottis and some pizza, and we'll take some pictures. And well, you know what we'll do? I'll do a food critic thing because this place is great anyway. I'll do one anyway, and I'll do a whole food thing for you guys. I'll do a video for you guys on our lunch. How about that? And so yeah, it'll be a good time, and you'll get to see our panzerottis. You'll get to see this old school pizza shop. John, I'll even have him in the video. He's the greatest. And so yeah, you just won't get Dougie, and you'll have Emma too. So there you go, everybody. I'll make a little video tomorrow of our lunch, and I'll share it with everybody. So you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Be sure to hop on tomorrow morning in the Discord. You guys know we'll be live trading in there. We had fun today. We've been having a good time and some good picks there. Laptop Travel. I know you're in there every morning. Luis Rodriguez is in there every morning as well. They're just not on the camera with us. Sometimes Laptop Travel is, but Lewis is always in the chat. So is Laptop Travel, and everybody else that's on there, like Izzy and Ross and Dr. Paul. So many great people. Our Discord is so much fun, guys. You have no idea. Progressive G and so many other people I know I'm missing, but everybody in there is awesome. We have a good time, and not only do we have a good time, we give out a lot of great picks and try to beat the market in the right way. Ben's great. His morning note's incredible, guys. I'm telling you, that morning note's insane. I'll tell you that right off the bat. You guys, I know the market well. You guys know that. Ben's morning notes insane. I mean, the thing is so crazy. It's like he's so spot on. If Ben would just stick to what he says, and he would have $10 trillion in the bank. I'm not gonna lie. He'd probably own more private islands than anybody else. The guy is he's that good. Laptop travel, you absolutely know what I'm saying. It's kind of crazy what the guy can do. And and Ben's a great dude. Rhett's awesome. So if you don't know him, in our Discord, Ben runs it, story trading. Check them out. And but yeah, just the morning note alone is worth it. And then the top picks every morning, guys, is definitely worth it right there. We give out our top picks and exactly where we're looking at the levels they get to. So if you just have a quick minute to look and trade or do that, Rep puts that out every morning for us, and that's out before the market even opens. He's great with that, and he runs the behind the scenes stuff perfectly in there. It's a great thing. We have a really good time. Godfather's in there every once in a while. Godfather's like on retirement, I think, but he's awesome. He was shorting down. I mean, how crazy is that, guys? He said it too. I'm pretty sure he posted it in there. Short it down at 177, and there you go. So yeah, that call in there as well, and yeah. Oh, Coke Scarf guy, is he famous? I think he is after that show. I think he got famous. But yeah, how about that? And what did you say up here? I just saw and then Emma said she'll definitely be in the Food Critic show tomorrow. Absolutely, Joseph Levy. She will 100%. We'll be getting her we'll be getting what her take on Panzerottis and everything else. Believe me. And what did you say? A young attendee named Rylan Ferguson or something went viral after he was filmed standing directly behind Trump. Oh, behind a rally, and Wiley beside mocking or nah, that wasn't that guy. And I think I kind of remember that though, but that was the different dude. And so there you go. And oh, Emma, we used to do morning shows at 7 a.m., but I just stopped doing them. Go figure, because I have to do the vision therapy, and my schedule is going to change just for like a month or two when Dougie goes back to school in about a couple weeks. And but yeah, it's not a permanent thing. Like I said, hopefully after I get done the old vision therapy, and the doctor told me I wasn't going to be able to handle 2 shows. I he didn't even know what I did. He's like, "What do you do?" I told him. He's like, "All right, well, we have to we'll have to talk." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." And but yeah, he knew it was going to be kind of difficult for me. But yeah, so I stopped doing the 7 a.m. show to kind of I actually get up early anyway, and I go out and get some yard work done and exercise, and it's been good. It's kind of like getting my brain a little more clear, and I'm going to need it with this vision therapy. I can already tell you that. So I know that for a fact. So it's definitely not that I don't want to do the shows. I wake up and I'm ready to do them. It's just like I'm like, all right, it's a lot of work, and obviously it's good to rest my brain, especially while I'm doing this vision therapy thing. So that's what happened, Emma. So I literally just stopped doing them like a week ago. And but yeah, we do this show every night, and then we'll start doing this. It'll work out better for you anyway after Labor Day. We do it at 8 p.m. just because 9 p.m. is pretty late, and it works out pretty well at 8 p.m. We don't get done as late. We don't always have to do it. We don't always do 2 hour shows, but it's usually like an hour and a half. So we get done at like 9:30 or so, and it works out perfect. So that is also going to happen after Labor Day. We'll switch the time back to 8 p.m. and we'll have a good time and go through the market and rip through it like we always do. Pick out what's going to be popping, what's not, tell you what the market's going to do each day, and go from there. And the best thing we can do is just lock in profits and trade smart. And that's all we have to do. And if we can do that, then we can continue to trade in the market, beat the market, and everyone can retire, I guess. So there you go. How's that, Emma? How's that for a spiel? And so yeah, and then yeah, I was gonna say that as well. Laptop travel. Laptop travel also puts a hot sheet in there overnight. I was doing the night note, to be honest with you. I'll start doing it again. I kind of stopped when I stopped swinging trades overnight because it seemed like every trade I put in there was it was like a disaster. I had to like kind of fix it in the morning, and I was like, well, this isn't working so well. So I'll come back to it when like the market calms down. I thought maybe it would be like a couple weeks, but it's still kind of crazy. I still don't swing anything overnight, so it's kind of hard for me. But I will start posting more pics that I like and what I like in that morning or that day or whatever. And I've been kind of just playing the indices, to be honest with you. I really like them, and yeah, if I can master them things, and that's good. If you can master it, if you could just stick to one trading thing and get that pattern down and get it like really good, you can do all right with them things. And zero DTEs can pay crazy. You can lose a lot too real fast. So they're completely risky. Don't get me wrong. But if you can be really patient, just don't overtrade them, and play the right channels, you can do really well. I have to just not overtrade them. That's my biggest problem, which I've been doing way better with, is just catching the channels up and down, being patient. If you could do that, you'll smoke the market. I'm telling you, you'll crush it every day. And so yeah, that's kind of what you have to do. But even if you're trading stocks or anything else, you have to be extremely patient, and you have to be confident in what you're looking at. Sometimes these things will look like they're going to blast off, and then all of a sudden they pull back. And I'll give you a great example, because Moderna is definitely not one of them. I didn't see anything happen in there. But do you know, I was saying Coinbase all up in here, guys, even before this green candle, I was saying this thing is just getting set up. And then that green candle came, and I was like, oh, that thing's really going to. And then you get that dip. And it's like, oh man, did I get shaken out? Unless you sold it off of that, and then you catch that dip, and then it rips. So obviously you see a lot of dip and rip action as well. And I think it's designed now, especially just to shake people out, to hit these stop losses and all this other stuff. It's a volatile market, and it is. You have to literally look for these dips, I think. So that's just something that you have to pivot around and look at. And again, we pick it all out. I mean, look what we did the other night with UPXI and all these guys. I mean, that was a beautiful call right there. Look at that thing. I mean, talk about just blasting off. It went nutty. And right here is that day, the other day, is when BMNR and SBET right there, they dipped down. UPXI held up really well. And we still said that these all looked good. And then look at these guys. I mean, they were crazy runs right there. So beauties right there. Good night, Emma. And I will see you and meet you tomorrow in person. So looking forward to that, and having some Panzerottis with you guys, and Joseph Levy as well. So yeah, how's that? And what you say? Can't believe the youth today can't pull an overnighter. That's too funny. Laptop travel. That's hilarious. And yeah, we try not to have them pull too many overnight. She's still young. She's only 10 years old. That's late. And so yeah, there you go. But there you go, everybody. I would say that's an interesting market right there. It's a fascinating one. It looks like it's going to come back down. That was, well, yeah, you're in college. You could definitely pull overnight. I was going to say, she's 10. She's not pulling an overnighter. She's 10 years old. And you know what kind of kid she'll be the next morning. She might be a little tough. That's about it. And tired and tough, that's for sure. And you have a kid that doesn't get enough sleep. They're usually a little tough and tired. That's the kind of day that you're gonna get. They kind of have, like, they get a little cranky, and don't we all? I mean, just think about it. When you're exhausted, aren't you a little cranky and just not in the mood to deal with things? I mean, kids do the same thing. So yeah, but in college, you better be pulling over all-nighters all the time. Yeah, that's what college is for. That's for sure. And he said someone I don't want to deal with. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I don't think we all 10 toughen up. Life doesn't get easier. He said, love it that she stayed up. I know. I'm amazed that she stayed up until 11:30 almost, guys. That's impressive. My wife texted me like almost a half hour ago. It was like, it's almost 11 o'clock, and we just kept on going. So yeah, at 10:50, she was like, it was almost 11 o'clock, and we went another half hour. So how about that, everybody? No problem talking here, I guess. And yeah, so tomorrow we'll have a nice lunch, and I'll keep you guys posted, and have a cool video for you guys, a little a food thing for you guys with Joseph Levy. That'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. And of course, we'll be on early in the Discord doing some live trading before we go out to lunch. So I'll be on in there around 9:15. So be sure to join us. And of course, all information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And one last thing real quick, guys, if speaking about the Discord real quick, I believe I had it pinned up there. I think I still do. Let me see. Yeah, guys, check this out. If you are interested in the Discord, here's the link right here. Click on it. 50% forever. So every single month you get 50% off. And the promo code is summer. So it ends Friday at midnight. So you have what, one more night? Tomorrow's Friday, right? So yeah, you have like 24 hours left. That's about it. So if you're interested, that's the best code that we give out ever. Like the 50% off forever code is one that we rarely do, and it is the best promo code that we offer. I know that. So there you go with that as a last minute, so you guys can check that out as well. And there you go, everybody. So enjoy your night. We'll definitely share some pictures. Like I said, I'll make a video. We'll do a whole food critic video there, and then I'll have to take Dougie there again to do one with him because it would be great. But yeah, we're definitely going to do one with Emma and her first, because it'll be even better. She's never had a panzerotti before. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie. And the owner of the place, Joseph Levy, this guy is so great. Like I said, I'm close with him. I talk to him all the time, and he's the best. I'll tell you that. He's just he's a character. Let's say that at its finest. But he's the best dude ever. He's awesome, John. So you'll get to meet him. Like I said, poor boy walked out. I was like, well, that guy's a great character. He was like, he is. He's amazing. This dude's so great. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about, and I'll put him on. He doesn't even care. He's awesome. So, I'll tell him what we're doing, and he'll definitely do it. They're a little bit different than a calzone. Their laptop travel. These things are like deep fried and crazy. Calzones, you don't usually deep fry calzones. And I used to make calzones when I was in culinary school. I was at the restaurant school, and they had this little pastry shop out front. And the bakers, I was in the culinary arts, but the pastry arts would make all the pastries, and then we would make like calzones and sandwiches and stuff. So I used to make some calzones back in the day, and these bad boys are deep fried. Yeah, I'm telling you, wait till you see what these look like, guys. I know a lot of people don't know what a panzerotti is. They are like calzones. I do explain it like, hey, it's like a calzone. Almost like a couple, what the heck are them things called? Shoot, I can't think of it. Anyway, yeah, you'll see tomorrow what they look like. It's like an inside out piece of pizza almost, but deep fried. So, and it's like shaped like this. It's like a weird shape. It's just kind of crazy. Like they just like make this thing, like make a ball of pizza dough and stuff it with like cheese and sauce, and then throw it in a deep fryer and then hand it to you. And then when you open this thing up, I mean, it's just like cheese and sauce and hot smoke coming out. It's awesome. It's so cool and awesome and tasty, and I'm looking forward to it. So you guys I'm looking forward to you guys seeing it too. So there you go. Deep fried Oreo without the Oreo. There you go. You could have got all them on the boardwalk. They sell all that good stuff, deep fried Oreos and all them good things. And so, yeah, there you go, everybody. So keep you posted about our lunch. And obviously, we'll be on in the live trading in the morning. And then you got about 24 hours to capitalize on that 50% off every single month in the Discord. So if you want to do that, what was the code? Was it summer? I forgot already. How good am I? I think it was summer. I'm going to go with that. Yeah, it was summer. There you go. So summer is the code. That is it right there. So you did the old deep fried Oreos. Nice. Yeah, you got to, you get everything deep fried on the boardwalk. Deep fried Snickers, Oreos, you name it. They'll hand them your hand. They'll deep fry it for you and hand it back to you so you can eat it. It's like crazy. Literally, you get any tasty or Twinkies and you name it. They deep fry everything. It's crazy. And it's all delicious too. Believe me, it's so good that you're just like, wow, this is great. And so yeah, you can definitely have fun on the boardwalks and spend a ton of money eating a lot of crazy food. The great thing is Joseph Levy and everybody growing up, it was like, yeah, it was pricey because it was the boardwalk, but it wasn't that crazy. Like we used to go there as like teenagers and kids, and you were fine. Like you didn't spend that. You could go and do everything you wanted to do, the rides, the food, everything. And still, I mean, it was a little expensive, but it wasn't like you didn't need to like put the deed up to a house. Like now, it's like you said, $50, you get a tiny bucket of fries. They're talking a bucket of fries, guys. He's not talking like a bucket like this. He's talking like this big, a bucket of fries, and 2 lemonades was $50. It's like he didn't even need a whole potato. Let's put it that way. And Joseph Levy, wasn't it cool? They literally cut the potatoes right in front of you. There's people right there cutting right through the potatoes. And they're curly fries, obviously. They're like those crinkle, curly kind of fries. And they're thick. They're really good. But yeah, they're just sitting there cutting them right there. Cases of potatoes, cutting them and deep frying them. So yeah, I mean, potatoes don't cost that much. Deep fryer isn't that much either. Not gonna lie. And so yeah, it's they're making a lot of money. Let's put it that way. So $50 for a little bucket of fries and two lemonades. So there you go, everybody. Go think about that when you go to bed tonight. And there you are. So I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Thanks everybody for tuning in as always. Always greatly appreciate it. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe and all that good stuff. And be sure to tune in tomorrow morning in the Discord because we'll be in there at 9. Ben's in there at like 9 a.m. He's doing his show. So tune in at 9 a.m. and you'll see me hop in there, and then we cover everything, and then we do some live trading. So there you go, everybody. Enjoy your night, and be sure to trade smart. Lock in those profits on a Friday. Goodbye. Good luck. See you later. Have a great night, and thanks for tuning in, everybody.